music down and switch over.
Chat.
There we go. Let's
Friends.
fucking go, guys. Hope you guys like this overlay. I spent a lot of time working on this shit. Not a lot of time, just a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Enough time.
Enough.
Enough time to make it worth it.
Enough time to make it special just for you guys.
That's right.
Head Reaper, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. So glad to see everyone
So
here.
welcome in.
Hot plate. Is that what you were trying to say earlier, Razin? Grow local and deliver fresh, best shelf life, then food truck. I'm gonna have to get you in here, man. No cursing. I see that. Thank you, Head
Hello,
Reaper,
Silver.
for making me not curse. I'll do my best to not do that.
I already said the rules don't apply here. At least on this side.
The rules don't apply to you.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's fine. You can be a PG. Oh hell no.
I had to be PG for about 8 minutes now. I think
All
I've
right.
been good for the last two.
Zephy, hello. I am here to help distract you. Don't you worry. We get to talk about my favorite thing,
Are
work.
you better hoping this will be?
Ava, I appreciate you being here. Congratulations on affiliate, by the way.
Who's that? Who just got affiliate?
Little Princess Ava.
Oh, let's go. I hope you guys don't mind the classic rock that I'm playing. I usually play rap, but I don't know. I felt like when you're doing chef stuff, man, it's like I've always had rock going on in the kitchen, man. Like you're wanting to move and groove and get shit done, you know what I mean? Let me see. I'm trying to pull up for myself just to have the list. There we go. All right. So the first on the docket. um, doing good, Loxer. Doing good, man.
What's going on, Logster?
Cheers, cheers. It's just my regular vape. It's not one of those weed vapes. He's got the other stuff.
Yeah, I got the good stuff. Oh, wait, hold on. I got you. Give me 1 second, Silver. I forgot to add.
Sub continuously at
add
the same speed, rising.
okay, now you can play burps. Play burps now. Now they work. I didn't activate it on these
First
scenes.
episode. This is the first episode of this podcast. With me and Smoky Rituals. Think
Is that Smokey?
had to put someone in check right now. What happened to the K Pig and You podcast? I couldn't do Fridays. I was too, and Fridays was his most available day to do our podcast.
Thank you, Ghost. Thank you, Ghost.
Um, so we kind of just dropped it. I went away for a little while altogether from supporting and networking and all that for a couple weeks. I had to get myself um mentally on a different level. Yeah, timings were not working for us at all. It was like I would go into work on Saturday and be dragging ass all fucking day long Saturday because I was up so late and I was drinking with K Pig the night before.
Friday's a tough day to do like something like that.
Oh, Boogie Pop, what's good? What's going on? Welcome, man. Thank you for being
What's
here.
up, Boogie?
But yeah, we just couldn't do it no more. I still have mad love and respect for K Pig. Nothing's changed there, and I still be in his stream supporting him. But I can't. I just couldn't do the Friday nights. Really, is all what it came down to. So we left Twitch. Did not. Stop, Head Reaper. So yeah, I just know I seen it one week, then seen this tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let me unbury my book. Get
Dude,
this
Reeve, I love you, homie.
get
I
this
love
thing
both of
rolling.
y'all. I hope you and wifey are both doing well. Reeve,
So
it'd be
oh,
awesome to get you on here, dude. It would be awesome to get you on here one time.
I know.
Reeve is a fellow chef.
Oh, word. Let's go.
Yeah.
Sup, Reeve? Good to hear that shit. I love fellow chefs. Um, guys, if you guys are in my channel, unfortunately, you can't see it so well on his channel doing it in my channel. But if you guys hit exclamation point,
Mm.
here I'll do it real quick for the first one. Exclamation point
We'll set something
topics.
up, Reeve. We'll set something up.
The topics will come up, and there they are. They'll come up for like 10 seconds and then they'll fade back out just so you guys can kind of see where we're at.
Hey, it still counts, Ava. It still counts.
Okay. So
Hein, what's good, homie? Welcome in, man.
now that I successfully un unburied the book I meant to have pulled out earlier. Um so with our first topic the first thing we're going to talk about every week or not every week, I'm sorry, every month. This is going to be a once a month podcast. Um we're going to do a chef book of the month. And so my first book of choice was, of course, none other than Thomas Keller's The French Laundry Cookbook. Highly recommend. Where's
I
Cam?
need a
Here it
new
is.
copy. I need a new
Yeah,
copy, actually.
The French Laundry Cookbook.
Hi,
The
Mrs. Sauce.
is on my coffee table. Fucking yeah, love that shit.
Hi, Zilla.
The the French the French Laundry Cookbook I feel is like one of probably the wildest books of how to just be creative because he comes up with so much stuff.
He does. He does. And he's kind of like, that book was kind of like, at least for me, was like revolutionary, like, especially back in that time, what he was doing during that time already.
Hmm.
And it just showed like what you were to be capable of with ingredients like in front of you and what you could do potentially if you put your mind to it and had the right like tools to do it, and
Right.
that was one of
I
the first
didn't
books that I ever looked at.
I didn't even uh know who he was, know anything about the book until I was watching Anthony Bourdain. And
Mm,
Anthony Bourdain went to his restaurant and he was going through the French Laundry Cookbook on the way to his restaurant. And he was talking like how that whole episode was at the French Laundry was amazing. I thought it was probably one of the coolest episodes he had ever done.
yeah.
And the fact that Tony kept trying to go outside for a cigarette and wanting to go outside for a cigarette, Thomas Keller told him no and to sit his ass down, and then made him like a tobacco tea, so he didn't have to go outside for a cigarette.
Yeah, no, that see, that's just like limits that you can push. he Yeah, no, he's definitely one of the people I've always looked up to, like in kitchens too. And I've always wanted to go there just to go experience it. Like,
Just firsthand for yourself.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
dude. Like, I know it's not, sure it's evolved, but just to even still go experience it for what it is to this day. Like,
I'm sure it's extremely expensive as well.
ouch. Price don't mean shit for that kind of experience, though.
Yeah, true.
That's
Very
kind
true.
of like falls into like Alinea is like one of those places that's like that for me. Like I've always wanted to go there. I don't care the price. Like it's the experience and wanting to like be with new bounds of food.
Right. Absolutely. Mm.
He said, "Give him a tobacco pouch."
That is the dopest episode, yeah. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, hell yeah. It was an amazing episode. I mean, that's what got me into him and just seeing the stuff that he was doing, like how he was plating it, what it looked like on a
Yep.
plate. It was just like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Smoke break, bring
Smoke
it back.
break. Smoke break.
Right? That's why I never go anywhere without a vape now. And like I started vaping when I started going on cruises
Mhm.
so that I didn't have to go outside all the fucking time to go smoke.
Yeah,
So
I quit smoking, like, 5.5 years ago now. Same reason, I was just like, I'm sick of having to go outside and, like, it was just too much.
hydrate, got your hydrate.
I know of this dude, Reed, but I don't know a lot about him. Heston Blumenthal?
I do not at all. I'm sorry to
I
say.
I had to look him up because I knew the name, but I don't know much about him.
I couldn't even tell you that. I don't know 100% honest truth. I need anti-asshole juice. Why?
Oh, that's why I know that I've heard of this restaurant before.
Snake with the pirate flag. Let's go. So
Anti-asshole juice and fucking ale.
I fucking love Raisin. Raisin's freaking hilarious. Such a cool dude. Um, nicotine. Yeah, I feel that. Um, so since both of our chats really don't know either one of us a whole lot, another section, get right into it, is how we got into chefing and why. You go ahead and you go first.
You want me to start off? All right.
Go ahead.
I mean, I always cooked when I was younger. My grandmother, my dad, like was already cooking on the stove at a young age. Then when I was like 12, 13 years old, I ended up catching a summer job picking asparagus and strawberries and kind of was always interested in food anyway and just like loved eating food. I was always a fat kid when I was younger and I had to maintain sports to kind of self balance that, but I like the more that I was working with foods and fresh vegetables and stuff like that. Like I lived in farmland, like I lived in the country. So there was just that kind of work everywhere. You go down the road, tractors were all over the place. There was like strawberry fields a half mile down the road from my house. So I was kind of always invested with that. We used to like pick sarsaparilla branches and wild berries and foraging when we were younger in the woods, and so I was always kind of invested. And then when I was like 13, I got my first kitchen job at a place called Taylor's Tavern, this real dingy place as a dishwasher. I would work after school for like 4 hours a day on the weekends, and I kind of like learned and fell in love and hated it all at the same time, and it kind of just like evolved from there. And like I hit my first like head chef kitchen manager job at 20, and it kind of realized that like I could make a career out of it, and I like really put my head down, and that's when I started like focusing on the food for the food and not working in a kitchen as a job. And that's when it became a little bit more to me, and I started like really understanding and like playing around with things, and now I am where I am now, and I'm obsessed with food and playing around with different ingredients and learning new things. And it's every day I teach myself something or I learn something or I try to find something new that I can do, and that's the wonderful thing about being in the kitchen. And it allows you to be creative in ways that, I can't be creative in other places. I can't draw or do stuff like that. So being able to like visualize a dish, put it on a plate, put it on like and just like visualize different colors and shapes and patterns and different cuts, and it's its own thing that I just enjoy doing now, and I'm happy I do it. So,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, I started off as a dishwasher. Was my first job as a
yep.
kid. Um, and one day the restaurant I was at, all the cooks walked out. They were like they went on strike and they were like fuck the owner. Like I don't know exactly why. I'm sure it was probably over money, but they all were just fed up and they left. And so the owner comes back and he's like, "Hey, you want to learn how to cook today?" I'm like, "For how much?" And it snowballed. It snowballed into,
Yep.
cooking, you know, first it was all breakfast and weekend type shit because I was still in school, obviously. So it started off as oh, I gotta change that announcement because that's right now. It's happening right now, guys.
It's
Uh,
going on.
um, but like the evolution of me cooking really happened about I want to say right around 8 to 10 years ago. Right around the time I had my right before I had my accident, um, was where I started learning the most too. I was around some of the most influential cooks and chefs in Buffalo.
Mhm.
Like I learned a lot of shit. And Miss Tony Boo, welcome in.
Hello, hello.
I uh I was in a really bad car accident. I was hospitalized for 3 months, and then sous chef 86. um, I turned um after that it was a slow rehab to get back in the kitchen. I couldn't stand for a long period of time. I couldn't bend over cooking and cutting stuff for a long period of time like I was
Oof.
used to. So
So you gotta be able to do that.
gratefully, my good friend who I worked with before opened his own restaurant and had me come work with him. So I was able to sit down, on as much as I needed to. I was able to do whatever I needed, so long as that I was there to help him. So that mattered a lot. And after that, it got COVID hit, and when COVID hit, I it that place went where he couldn't afford for me to be there. So he's like, "Dude, I gotta
Yeah.
let you go for now. We don't have the business. We're trying to find ways to survive right now." And he's like, "I'm sorry, but it is what it is." He's like, "If we get to a better spot, I'll definitely have you back." And I had a couple of shitty jobs, but then I finally landed the job that I'm at now. I've been there for 4 years now as executive sous chef for Canterbury Woods, and I pretty much run my own restaurant on a retirement campus. And imagine like a college campus, if you will. It's huge. Like there's houses and buildings
So yeah, you
every
were telling
fucking
me
where.
about that. Yeah.
Like it's huge. Like in order to get in there to live, you have to have at least 1.5 mil in the bank. Um
Christ.
that's
What
not
the fuck?
talking your houses, your cars, anything else. You have to have 1.5 mil in the bank just to even walk in to want to live there. That's
That's
how
crazy.
that's how this
That's
place is.
that's crazy.
So, but I run the fine dining on campus, which is its own restaurant, and I run that. And ever since, it's
How many people do you think you like cook for?
every night I average 100 to 120,
Okay. That's pretty
and
good.
it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. The weather doesn't matter.
Hmm.
The winter, the spring, the fall, it doesn't matter the season. It's I'm guaranteed 100 people every fucking night, no matter what.
Which is good. I mean, that consistency is always a nice thing. Driz, what's good?
What's good? What's good? That's wild, damn. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
Reeve, I feel we do all kind of have similar backgrounds one way or another. Like it's all kind of just like linked and molded together.
I mean, and in all reality, it's crazy because like the cooking world itself is so large, but yet so small at the same time.
Yep.
And it's like everyone here in Western New York, all the cooks, we all know each other. We've worked with somebody that they know or somebody that they're friends with or family with or whatever.
Yep.
Like we all know each other in some way.
Yep. Exactly. What's up, Llama? I I'm someone that's moved around a lot. I kind of have liked traveling and learning and working in new states and stuff like that because you get to learn a lot of different cultures and meet a lot of different people. I've worked close with people that were part of the James Beard Foundation, and done dinners for them and stuff like that, and like worked for nonprofits. And I was out, in Colorado for a while, and I learned a lot of people there. And it was kind of like that after a while. The more you started going around Denver, the more it was like you knew somebody or somebody was coming back to work with you one way or another, like whether it was a year or a couple months or whatever it was. But I've only been here in Cleveland for 2 years now, so it's like I'm still learning the city and still learning what's what and what's popular out here. And I am officially in my first head chef job. I took over like 6 weeks ago now. So I've like kind of had my head deep into that lately. So I'm trying to juggle that with streaming at the same time and managing that. So it's definitely like a task in itself. But it's nice because I get to be in a new city, kind of a new restaurant, and I get to like do what I want. And I get to take a little bit of everything that I've learned across the way and now put it into something that I can put all my time into. So
7 degrees of literal bacon. Facts. Facts. Um, Yeah, it's been a wild trip. I think it's always, but at the core of it's always been that passion for food,
Yes.
you know?
And that's differentiating it being a job and it being your
Mhm.
career.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
and I tell people that when I work with all the time. I'm like, are you here just to collect a paycheck and pay your bills? Or are you here because you're actually interested in food and like want to do some dope shit with what you're doing and enjoy being at work every day?
right.
Like, I go to work every day because I enjoy doing it because I know that I can do basically whatever I want. I can be free and I can have fun to experiment and be able to do new things and make people happy. Like, I know Driz. I know
Absolutely.
you're a cooker, bro. I've seen some of the shit you put out. I know you're a chef. Be chefing your shit.
When I turned my music and my headphones down just a little bit, it was starting to get a little loud, making me talk louder, and I'm trying to get her to still fucking go to sleep,
Oh
and
yeah,
she's not even all the way out yet. Um,
I love it though, dude. That's still cool. Like, see, and that's all that matters. If you love doing it, that's what matters.
dude, I had a thing with HelloFresh for a while. I remember when it kind of first came out, and I was streaming, and they were like promoting the fuck out of HelloFresh, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll pay you so much if you run HelloFresh ads or and
Oh yeah,
promotions in your stream and blah blah blah." And I was just like, fuck it, why not?"
yeah. Speaking of like weird things and side note, because we were talking about books, so we did like a Secret Santa thing at my restaurant back in Christmas, and somebody gifted me a Mountain Dew cookbook, and every single recipe has Mountain Dew in it of some sort, and I'm so curious. I got to play around with at least a couple of them and just see what's up. Because if someone took the time to make a literal cookbook, it's really dope. It's like limited edition, and it's really cool. It's really
I
cool.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I
It's
don't either.
fucking
I
Mountain
when
Dew.
when she gave it to me, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm kind of intrigued. But it's kind of just like it's like a Dr. Pepper thing, or like because even that, like people like brine their fucking wings in Dr. Pepper and cook them in Dr. Pepper,
I
and
do
people do
ribs
stuff with soda.
with
Yeah,
Dr.
see,
Pepper.
so I mean, there's a possibility it could be decent. You don't know.
Dr. Pepper sauce is great. Fuck
This is
yeah, it
great.
is.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But Mountain Dew?
I'll have to send you. I'll later on. I'll send you this week, and I'll send you just some random recipes out of it. I'll post it in your Discord link page just because there's
Bet,
some
bet.
interesting ones.
Hell yeah.
It's spicy and
Well,
sweet.
there is. Well, you, when it comes to mine, I'm thinking of just the basic original Mountain Dew. I'm not thinking the other flavors that they have. So
Yeah, I
there is
think
a
that
lot
when
of
I was
potential.
yeah, some of them could be real horrid though. But you could also do. I mean, you could even do something cool with like they have like the pineapple Mountain Dew. You could almost do something cool with like a ham or something like that with it. And
Hmm.
I don't know. There's possibilities. I'll never take
Oh, for
anything for
sure,
granted until I try it.
for sure.
They made not horrible wine from Mountain Dew. See.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Chef ass gonna be up at 6 a.m. Get
Yo,
some rest,
Wednesday, let's
chef.
go.
Fuck, man. I still haven't slept. I've been up
God, yeah.
since 7:30
Buddy, have a
yesterday
good
morning.
night. Have a good night. Yep, 6 a.m. is rough. I'm usually up about an hour, hour and a half later, just so I can get my daughter on the bus. So I already know early mornings and then late nights. So
Mm.
Driz, thank you for that follow. I appreciate that.
W.
Um,
You guys want
so
to give up the craziest thing you've ever seen a dishwasher do?
somebody asked that. I didn't catch it.
Yeah, I just seen it. Revest it. Craziest thing I've ever seen a dishwasher do?
I don't know about do, but I've heard I had a dishwasher tell me once there was food still stuck on the plate, right? And I'm sitting there going through different plates, and I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? This shit's dirty. Like, clean it again." He's like, "Oh, it's not a dirty. It's not. What do you say? It's not a dirty plate. It's clean food." I'm like,
Oh my
"What the
gosh.
fuck did you just say to me?"
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, so now because it's just I wouldn't say it's the craziest, but probably it's the grossest thing. I watched a dishwasher clean dishes in dirty ass water and then proceed to go ahead and grab food and just start eating it without any care in the world, like it was nothing. Yeah, and that was probably pretty gross, but yeah, that was probably the top of my list there. That was the
Have
first thing
you?
that popped in my head. That was just like the grossest thing I could think of.
I mean,
Like,
have you ever seen those? I know they have them at like a lot of banquet facilities and like big places, like huge fucking restaurants. They've got like those power washers that are inside the sinks.
oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. So one time I came in and I was prepping at this um country, not a country club. It was like a country club, but it wasn't. It was more of like a banquet, like a extremely large banquet facility, right? This dude was in the sink like it was his bathtub, bro.
My God, fuck no.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
No,
Get the
fuck
fuck
no.
out of there, bro.
Yeah, fuck no.
And like he didn't understand English. That was even the worst part. He didn't understand English. So I had to go find someone that spoke Spanish to go tell him to get the fuck out of there.
Fuck out of my sink, dog.
Nuts, man. Nuts. Crazy shit.
2 months with no sanitizer, soap, or rinse aid. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Show up for our quarterly
The restaurants are
and all
crazy,
things
man.
hooked up like
There's
two
horror
plus months
stories.
with no sanitizer. So I did not realize until I became what's up, Ray? Welcome in. I
We're
didn't
doing right.
realize until I got to upper management when I had to start doing ordering, like how expensive chemicals are. Chemicals are expensive as
Yeah.
fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why I hide chemicals, I hide gloves, I hide
Yep.
towels, I hide things around the restaurant because I know people
Yeah.
are gonna be like, we're out because they abuse it, and then I know that I
Mhm.
always have backup because I know how expensive the shit is. So you give them
Mhm.
half and make them think that's all you got, make it last as long as it can, and then you'd be like, I got some.
Head. Okay. I love this. Can I pin this on my side?
I don't know. I'm
I
gonna put it
can
on. I'll
pin it.
put it.
Let's fucking go.
Okay, dope.
Manually pin on my. It's pinned on my end too. Um, I'll ask in case you guys didn't see it. Have you guys had any struggles regarding drug addiction or alcohol abuse, whether it was within the staff or yourselves? If so, what was the solution conclusion? What advice would you give to a newcomer regarding this issue? Bro, I still be going through it. I I was on drugs for a long time. Like
Same here.
that's like and I'm not even talking good drugs. Like
No, yeah, no, no.
I was pretty bad.
If it's
Um
existed, I've done it.
more than likely I have
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Um my solution was my accident and I got away from the drugs after my accident. The problem was when I got back to working and I got back into fucking 12-hour days and was fully rehabbed from after the accident, I became an alcoholic all over again. I've only recently started putting down the drink less. I drink less. I maybe drink like 2 days a week. I'll have like a six pack and that's about it. Before it was
That's
like,
reasonable.
exactly. Before that, it was like a 12 pack almost every fucking day. Minimum. Fridays and Saturdays, a case.
Hmm.
So
Um,
I have no real solution. My best advice would be though to not go there in the first place as best as you can. There are certain crowds, you know, that will try to bring you into doing drugs because they do drugs all the time. You know, I hanging out with other cooks. You know,
it's
I
yeah,
mean,
it's known who to choose as a
it's there,
coworker and who to choose as a friend.
right?
Because there's always going to be those bad influences, and there's people that are good coworkers, and you can keep them as coworkers, and then there's people that you just don't make your friend because you know the influence and you know the lifestyle that they live, and you just got to know how to separate those things. They can still
Facts.
be cool and still be a drug addict. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like separating yourself and staying away from that lifestyle.
Are you done changing your name so I can fix your? Yes, I'm done changing my name. This is it permanently until I become partner, and then I'm gonna take it and become Chef Mega.
Fuck yeah.
because somebody has it and I found the fucker that has it and they're not partnered or anything. And I tried to ask Twitch about it and they're like, no, unless you become a partner. And I'm like, okay, bet.
So the goals partner.
Well, it's always the goal.
All right, so hang on,
I
I'm gonna
asked
read this.
because
I'm gonna read this, and I'll give you my side too.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Way to get clean. Okay, so when I was younger, I'll give you guys a quick rundown of my life, I guess. I dropped out of school when I was 16. I was highly addicted to drugs and selling drugs and doing that whole lifestyle. It was really, really bad. I didn't give a fuck. I still worked. I did it inside of work. I did it outside of work. I used to stay out for days and days at a time. I didn't really care. And then I decided one day that I didn't want to do it, and my solution was to move 1,000 miles across the country. I literally sold what I could. I got away from everything. I quit my job, got away. I just like completely blocked myself away for a week. I sold all my shit to random people that around town and on the internet, and then I drove out to Colorado, and I had like 2 grand. And I stayed with some friends that were living out there, and I found a job within a week, and I literally didn't know anybody. I couldn't do anything, and I just put my head down and I started working. And since that day, like I've been clean, and I was grateful to do it in my early 20s because like a lot of people, like I know you have kids. I went through that lifestyle early, and I have no kids, and I don't have much family, so I was able to just like pick my fucking self up, remove myself, and better my life. And I still smoke, but I don't really drink often. I'll occasionally have a drink, and like, but not very often. I just smoke weed, and that's it. Um, and it was the best decision I could have ever made, to be honest. So, what's up, Daryl? Thank you, Dove.
Absolutely.
How you
Reed,
doing,
like
brother?
that's insane, man. But I get it. I get it. And we sit there.
Yeah.
I mean, my biggest thing is people never quit that kind of shit until they're ready to quit and they want to make that change for themselves. You could sit there and talk to someone and tell someone till you're blue in the fucking face, you should
Yep.
stop doing it. That doesn't mean they're gonna stop doing it, you know. And it's sad, and you can't really do a whole lot for nobody that's not willing to make changes for themselves.
Yep. If I stayed where I grew up and I stayed in the town that I lived in, I would not be alive probably. Because I'd be in the same fucking loop that I was in when I was that age. And it would have gone downhill because I got nothing better to do. The amount of friends that I have lost that I went to school with and growing up due to shit like that right there is why I'm glad I moved away. Because I got away from all of that.
Before they'd be willing to make changes for absolutely, absolutely, grim sad man, absolutely. And that's what it was for me. Like
Yep.
I knew I had to stop. Like I knew how bad I was getting in the direction I was going in. Especially when a lot of people that I knew were dying around me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, mm-mm. And then like everything solidified itself when I got married, and then I had kids, and it's like, ever since that, it's like, mm-mm, I don't, mm-mm.
Yep.
And it's not even so much I'm staying clean and staying away from alcohol as much because of me. I'm staying away from it for them because they don't need to
Yep.
grow up around that.
Exactly. And that's the thing that helps that too. And staying away has having something to stay away from it for. Like,
Hmm. Absolutely.
yeah, see, yeah, dude, moving away is like people are scared to do it, man. And even without all drugs and bullshit aside, I always tell people like I recommend moving away from your hometown for at least a year. Go fucking experience life somewhere new because you're gonna learn so much in such a little amount of time, other than just staying where you're from your whole life.
I mean, the world's a lot bigger than the fucking city you live in. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Not your little small town, like.
Facts.
Yeah, I don't.
Facts,
You
Razzie.
know, I'll do it.
You know,
I'll move around till the day I die.
at minimum a year. That's what I'm gearing for. New adventure, new outlooks.
New
Fuck yeah.
adventure, new outlooks.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, this is mega show. I'm sure you'd be down to get up in here, dude.
Hell yeah. I mean, I'd love to attend the next episode, next podcast if you guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me make sure, like, I'm gonna add you too, just so I can make sure I catch you. Boom, there's the follow.
Reeve, you can just
Um,
come over, bro. You can just come pop a squat right here, dog. Just join in. He lives close enough.
really?
Yeah.
No, no shit.
I used to work with his fiance,
Well,
and we
Wiki, that
kind
is
of
the
work. We
plan.
kind of work together, but not at the same restaurant, but for the same person.
Gotcha, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah, yeah.
Wiki, that is the plan because I am doing every Saturday again now. Every Saturday I will be cooking, whether I'm prepping or I'm doing plates. This week was prepping because I'm gearing up for my spring and summer menu, which comes out on Tuesday. Um,
It comes out
so
in
it
two
was
weeks.
all making sauces all day yesterday for me. I made like 7 sauces in the span of a few hours. So, but this Saturday, I'll be doing the plates for everything that I prepped this week.
You do like picture
Looking,
shoots and stuff as well for all of it.
say that again.
You do like picture shoots for all of it as well.
No, because we don't have picture menus and we don't really
Yeah.
put it
Mhm.
online or anything like that.
Gotcha.
Um, um, I mean, I take pictures for myself and I put it
Yeah.
in
Yeah. Yeah.
podcast or not in podcast in my Discord. I got my own little channel there, Chef's Table, and that's all my plates that I've done over the past couple years. I mean, I've got more that I just haven't had time to find and put in there. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'll be definitely be taking pictures this Saturday. You know, doing all like um. We're not going to get into it because this is not what this podcast is about. But
Larry,
but yeah, Larry's here. I didn't see Larry.
he just checked
Oh,
in my stream.
okay. Let's go, Larry.
What's up, baby?
I mean, well done cooking.
Yo, Grim,
Okay,
that is
buddy.
also a good mindset, dude. Like, strive to know what's coming up next and working for that next step.
There he is.
Pine, I appreciate you, homie.
Janesi,
I for
what's good?
needing that
Welcome in.
check in. Larry, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Jonesy.
Um, where was it? I was just reading. I was in the middle of reading Grimm's Sand. Biggest thing for me getting to where I am now was cutting out friends and bullshit. Yep. If they got mad, tough shit, fuck yeah. They'd understand it at one
Jonesy, thank
point,
you for
but
the follow.
until they'd get to where I stood in that moment, they'd never seen. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You had the right ideas, but it requires the will and determination to make changes. Yeah, you know what? I used to, when I first started years and years and years ago, when I first originally was going through the motions of NA and AA and all that, I respect people that do it. Don't get me wrong. Like, if that's your way of handling it and doing it, more fucking power to you.
Exactly. Yep.
Me personally, I don't want to sit there and hear your fucking stories about how fucked up you used to get.
Yeah.
Because you know what? That just makes me want to go out and get fucked up.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. No, AA was never. I went to like one or two just to see it, and I was like, nope, no, never again. You
Mm-mm,
know.
couldn't do it.
Oh, I want to see the picture. Oh man, hang on. I gotta pop up her stream for a quick sec then, just to see. I want to see where she's at. You can't say that
Appreciate
to
it.
me.
Appreciate it.
Is she actually doing Ruger or
Let's go.
oh
Fucking
she's
Mega's
gonna
my
be right
spirit
back.
animal.
Okay, never mind.
Love it, Razin. Love it.
Yeah, I appreciate the tab, homie. I appreciate you.
Yo, you guys can't hear it, and I wish you guys could, but it's like whenever someone does a lurk, I have the actual desktop muted right now, so nobody can hear it except me, and it's funny because I'm laughing in my own head right now. Any anytime someone does a lurk, um, I hear Gordon Ramsay's go, "Where's the lamb sauce?" Yeah, I gotta kill that fucking announcement. God damn it, because it's happening right now, guys. Like I said, where the fuck is my wise bot? There it is. Mm,
What you cooking for dinner, Reeve? What you cooking? I had black and chicken Alfredo. Made it at work and took it home.
There we go.
Hi, killer.
Can I dip and cook dinner? Hit me up next time you guys do a thing. Hell yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, so far we plan on doing it once a month. Um, it may change at some point. Who knows? We may start doing it more often, but that's kind of up to Smokey.
Yeah, no, I'm down. Yeah, I'm chilling.
I think we were kind of waiting. I think we were both kind of waiting to see how this was gonna go.
You're not distracting me, Larry. We're here to talk to you guys as well.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, we got our
Yeah,
list of topics, but hey, we're here to hang out and talk
yeah,
about
no,
anything and everything.
exactly. Hi, killer. How are
Killer for no
you?
reason. Welcome in. Thank you for I appreciate that follow.
Yeah, no, you're not distracting me. I mean, you do distract me, but you're not distracting me. If you catch my
Damn, I'm
drift.
getting up there in followers. I didn't realize I had that many followers.
I
I've
know when I
really
went to
not
your
been
channel,
paying
I was like,
attention to
damn,
that.
bro. Hell yeah.
We let the ad fully take hold. Fuck yeah. It takes us certain people attract certain other type of people in their circle, right? And it's like you always got to see who you can get along with. Like because there's
Mm-hmm.
people you're not going to get along with. You just can't vibe with them at all. But it's like I started going to Smokey streams, man, and then I found out he was a chef. I'm like, "Oh, let's fucking go."
Yep.
And I'm in there almost every fucking stream chopping it up in some form or fashion. And I'm glad he streams at night because then I'm able to sit there and chat and talk because during the day you ain't catching nothing but emotes from me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Damn, you can't vibe with me no more like that? It's like that, Larry? All right, man.
Damn, Larry.
Hi, Bay. How's my favorite niece doing? It is all the
If
Fortnite
I can't
ladies
get
in
along
here.
with you,
I
what the
love
hell do
I
I do
love
to you?
the Fortnite ladies.
Are you
Nah, we're
human?
not human.
Facts, raising facts. But yeah. So I had this idea. I don't know who else is. I was talking to Wednesday about it yesterday. Like me and Wednesday vibe a lot because she's into like Wednesday, like
Yeah, yeah.
the
Yeah,
Adams
yeah.
family and all that
Mhm.
kind of stuff, and she's into tarot and crystals and stones and like I'm recently getting into that. I actually can show you guys. I just bought this the other day. Got my first deck, my first tarot deck.
Oh shit. Okay.
So so the thought is I might do some chef tarot.
Some Chef Tarot. All right. All right.
And then I was talking with some of the people that I work with. They're like, "Oh, you know what? If you really wanted to, you could do it in the kitchen and take it to a whole nother level." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "You pull it's gonna take a little bit of money, right? So you buy these the real cheap tarot decks, right, for like a couple of dollars,
Mhm.
and you do like say 3 decks or 3 readings per stream, and that's it. So, and the 3 readings, okay, is 3 different decks. So you do the read with the cards, and then you light the cards on fire and throw them in the frying pan. I'm
Oh
like,
my god, yes.
Chef Tarot, Chef Tarot with fire.
Yes. We'll flambe them, dude.
That's dude.
Yeah.
They started talking about that, and I'm like, yo, that is actually a good fucking
Yes.
idea.
That's awesome. I love it.
When can I get a reading? Hey, listen, Wednesday. I don't. You're listen. I did I ever tell you about your reading that you gave me? Okay, you remember when you did my reading? It was like a couple years ago, right?
Thank you for the 146 biddies.
Let's go. Well, when you did that reading, it happened, but here was the crazy part is I didn't see it happening the way you read it. it was an afterthought. I went back and watched your VOD on the reading, and I'm like, fuck. So it was like a deja vu.
We're at
Let's go.
144. God damn. Thank you,
Let's
dude.
go.
Wait,
Love
you
to
want to
see
see
that.
some titties or something, bro?
I would love a reading right now. I'm
Brittany is
not
supposed to give me a reading.
I'm not well rehearsed in the cards yet. I let me get to know the cards and study a little bit and know what I'm doing because I don't want to go on here and be a complete fucking amateur and embarrass myself doing it. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to come off like a complete jerk off.
I know I need to get her. I want to get a reading done. It's Brittany was supposed to do it for me, and she has not yet. But I feel like I've had a lot happen recently. I feel like I need a little reading to get through me.
It was a good reading. I wish I would have had the foresight to understand it was happening when it was happening because like I didn't catch it until after, and I'm like, fuck, I could have addressed that a whole different way. Well, get back to it, girl. Get back to doing some readings. Would love to see it.
And thank you for the biddies again, man. Appreciate you.
I didn't even realize that you can put tarot as your description. Like you can
As I
actually
say,
do
thank
that,
you.
and he drops more.
He drops more, dude. Thank you for the 511. Jesus Christ,
Let's
bro. You know you don't
go.
have to do that, bro. We're just hanging out, man.
My man's
It's
getting a
chill
height
Sunday
training.
vibes. It's chill Sunday vibes.
I need little bat to let me do anything. I feel that it's going to be a few more months, I'm sure, but you will. You will.
I'd be entertained. I appreciate you, man. I love you, dog. You know I do.
Love that.
You gonna come eat when the new menu drops, Reeve? It'll be my menu. I'm so excited.
Oh, so this is the first menu that you've written for yourself there?
Here at this restaurant, yes.
Nice.
And I mean this owner, she's chill. She doesn't care what it is as long as it's good food. Like she was explaining some of the stuff, and like I have free range to do
Captain
whatever I
Jack.
want. I'm
Captain
hoping
Jack
right
Sparrow.
around after, like right around Easter, maybe a little after Easter, kind of right around the start of May. Is what it might be looking like. But I have it all written out, ready to go. I'm just getting waiting to get approved from the owner, which I'm doing on Wednesday.
I mean, well,
So
Wednesday you could do just like a just chatting and then have the tarot involved. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be the main focus. I mean, how often do you really spend gaming versus talking? Like that's why I do the podcast and I do the cooking streams because I talk and hang out more than I actually
yeah,
game.
we love a good yap sesh, dude. I love a good yap sesh,
Right?
dude. I got you. I'll message you. I'll for sure message you.
So that kind of rolls into the next topic, as a matter of
Yeah, I was
fact.
gonna say yeah, say yeah. Dude, I this is like my first time I've been on a podcast. I enjoy this. I can just sit
Yeah.
here and yap and get stoned. I'm here for it.
Right? You don't got to worry about focusing on a game.
Nope. This is awesome. Sorry guys, no more Fortnite. I'm becoming a just chatting streamer. We're just gonna yap about nonsense from now on.
Dude, but you got to be careful though, because I've seen stoners. I'm not really calling you a stoner all like that, but I've seen people
No, I
get
am.
so fucking stoned they forget they're fucking live.
The most you'd probably see is this right here. Just chilling. Just
and
do
the
a
whole
quick
time,
little
and the whole time, Rave's in the background dropping bits on it.
yeah. Sleep streams.
Fucking love it.
See, yeah. I'll just like
Love that.
come up with daily topics and we'll just talk about the most random shit.
Hmm. Well, in case you guys didn't know, you guys can do it. I'm gonna have to help Smokey set it up over on his end too.
Yeah, I'll have to
But
get it set up too.
over here you can do a exclamation point topics, and the
Thank you,
topics
Dove.
that we're talking about that night will come up, and you can see the listing and everything. So the next topic is how we actually create a menu. And as we were just talking about, we're both going into new menus coming out very soon. Appreciate
Yeah.
the appreciate the look, Wednesday. Make sure you find the lamb sauce. Don't come back without it. And it's what's even funnier than that is that I went and I looked up what is Gordon Ramsay's lamb sauce, and I'm running
That's
that
what
lamb
happens.
sauce now. I'm using his lamb sauce in my restaurant now.
Fuck it, why not?
I mean, I put my own twist on it because his is just basically chicken stock, red wine, and like salt and a little bit of demi. And I'm like,
That's easy.
that's basic as fuck.
Yeah, it's so simple.
But that's what it is though. Like a lot of simple shit is really fucking good.
Exactly. I was trying to explain that to my that was actually one thing I was trying to say. So the head chef before me at this restaurant started the same day I did, and he took over. But he was trying to he'd like tell me about something that he wanted to make, and he was like, "Yeah, it's like 46 ingredients." I'm like, "I don't want to make that. I'll make you some it's the same thing that probably tastes exactly the same in 12." Like I don't need that many ingredients to make something, like
Right.
certain things in certain cuisines do call for a lot of spices and stuff like that, but like simplicity gets you a lot further than trying to make some sort of just crazy hosh posh that's so hard to achieve the goal, especially when it comes into like labor production and trying to how much prep you have to do in a day. Like if you have to do something that takes fucking 60 ingredients, I don't want to do it every fucking 2
Yeah,
days,
no, fuck
you
that.
know? He
He
said
said
fucking bet
fucking
and
bet.
drops 1,000. You really gonna make me eat a Reaper Bear before we get off stream tonight?
Yo, let's go.
Look at this thing.
Yo. Oh yeah,
Giant ads. That's gonna hurt, bro.
I was gonna say that looks like it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt, bro.
But what about us home cooks? What do you mean? You can still keep
I
things
mean,
simple.
you can also still do like even too like if we're also talking about like menu creation, you can still also do like menu planning for yourself of like meal preps and
Yeah,
different stuff that you want to do. It still kind of runs in the
absolutely.
same feel.
Good to see you too, Scorpio. But yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, a lot of creating a menu for me um is based off of what I have around and what I have of like maybe overstock of. Maybe I had something extra from the week before, and I'll repurpose it into something else. Or I'll take leftover vegetable and I'll turn it into a soup or
Mhm.
different kinds of things. There's all different ways you can go about making a menu. Um a lot of and for most places, for most chefs, it's based off of one, your budget, how much you're allowed to spend.
Yep.
Two, um, what you have in stock and available to you. And then three, how good your imagination is.
Yeah, it's true. Mine's like for me, what you just said is kind of more for how I am with like specials. Like if I'm running like every weekend, I run anywhere from 3 to 5 specials, honestly,
Mhm.
just to try to test the waters with the guests and see what takes and what goes. So like, for instance, this weekend I ran a blackened shrimp Alfredo. Really simple. We got Lent going on, so a lot of Catholics here. So Lent's a big
Mhm.
thing. So we
A
do a lot
lot
of
of
fish.
seafood.
Yeah, I did a cashew crusted cod with pesto risotto and fried cauliflower, and then a lemon blanc, and then I did a strip steak with potatoes, a garlic gastrique, and asparagus, and just like simple, very very fucking simple. And I mean, they sold like crazy, and so I
Hmm.
kind of like try to do that for myself for when I do want to go into like what sells as specials that I can put on a menu, and then on top of that is like what's trending around the neighborhood and what are other people selling, what are other people, doing, what is
Yeah.
being locally grown, and what can I get locally sourced that is like good food, because a lot of people like that, especially like I work in like a mom and pop place, so a lot of people love that like locally sourced food that they can get
Mhm.
and it be at a like kind of a decent price. And it like from there it's just I kind of like try to be different than what everyone else is around me. Like if people are all doing kind of the same shit and marsalas and picadas and
Mhm.
papakachas, like I want to do
Yeah.
something different. And so that's where I try to, where you said, get creative and have an imagination and just like do shit that other people aren't doing, but also like making it simple. It's all about
Absolutely.
just making it delicious. And like I kind of touch base on too is like when I'm making a menu is also just like labor efficiency. Like, do I want to have something that takes 6 hours to prep every time guaranteed, or do we want to have things that like are easier to do so we can be efficient when we're trying to get ready for service?
Exactly. Because that takes a lot of calculation as well. It's like, what is my staff capable of doing?
Yep. Yep. Exactly. And I have a prep team, but it's the same thing. It's like what are they capable of doing on top of their daily tasks or what they need to get done on a weekly basis, and will it overload them or make them be an X amount of overtime, which then fucks with your other costings and
Right.
pricings and your budgets, and it kind of all meshes into one.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely got a lot of key factors, and like I said, it's limited to imagination too.
Yeah, it really is. And that's why I like having a place that's free range and to have do whatever I want, because like I can get as creative as I want. I can look at different cookbooks or different ideas and just play around with ingredients that I can get my hands on and do something fun with it. Like,
See, you know what though, Scorpio?
can we
It's
hit
the
right
mom
now?
and
Did we get to 5,000? Did you hit? Are you at 5,000? Did you get five? Hold on. Let me go to my other screen real quick. There's the thing for it.
he said, "Eat it right now."
I know. Are we even there? Or are you just trying to get me to eat the damn bear? We're 75% of the way there. What do you mean I'm at 5K? Where do you see that?
Yeah, diversity is amazing. Scorpio. The biggest thing right now is that a lot of, at least here in my area, um, a lot of mom and pop places are closing. Unfortunately, a lot of places just in the area alone are closing because the food cost is so expensive, labor cost is so expensive. It's hard to get people in and hard to keep people. Everybody wants that easy money. And being a cook and being a chef is not easy money. You gotta work for that fucking money.
Yep, it's true. Mm-mm-mm.
Hobo. Yeah,
What up, hobo?
it's very never
Yeah,
mind.
I was like, bro, I was like, what's going on here? Am I crazy? I'm
It's
sleep deprived, but fuck.
you're right. It's very sad because a lot of the mom and pop places are some of the best places to go anywhere. And the fact that
Yep,
they're shutting down because they can't they can't compete with a lot of corporate structure where the corporations will just close certain locations and not shut down the whole company. You don't, as a mom and pop place, you don't have that structure to be able to do that
yep.
to
And
survive.
that's we literally had two restaurants right near us that literally were like posting like on their doors and on Instagram and all their socials, like, please come in, buy a gift card, buy anything. Like, we are gonna have to close if you don't help support us. And it's like a lot of those places are at that point right now. Like even
Yeah,
myself, like even at that place, the owner's been like, do we even keep this open? What do we do with it? And I'm like, this is your show. You let me know. I just got here. Like, what do you want to do? Do I stay around or should I just go somewhere else that I know is going to stay open? Like, that's kind of where I was at first. And she seems like that she wants to keep it open. So I'm going to do everything in my fucking power to make it happen. And that's kind of what I've been doing last fucking 6 weeks. Because if you want me to put the time in there and you're gonna make it appropriate for me to, I'm going to do it. I'll do everything in my power to do it. Like, because not only does it make a
sure.
restaurant successful, it helps me be more successful, even on my own like terms and regards, like as a chef. So
Yeah, because that helps put your name out there and your
Ex
stamp on
e
there.
exactly.
Like,
Yep,
this is what I'm capable of doing. It's proven.
yep, exactly.
There we
No, I
have
was fact
amazing
checking
amount
that
of
shit.
policies, but
I
yeah,
was
it's
not I
crazy.
was not
It's
getting
crazy.
got tonight. Not with that.
Mhm, He's probably checking his wallet right now.
Fucking jeez, he's gonna make me eat it. I know he is. I can feel it.
You guys are tight. I appreciate it, man.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
glad you enjoying it.
Yes, ma'am. I will take a dab.
Oh, see, that's why I'm not able to see your stuff like
The
that.
redeems. Yeah, the
Yeah,
redeems, yeah.
that's what I don't see. Okay. But
The
yeah,
redeems in like my like auto messages that come in, some of them it will even say like only visible to you or like to
gotcha.
me. Yeah. I do like this feature though. Having like a shared chat and be able to do stuff like this.
Oh yeah, because that way we can both see what's being said
Yeah.
on both ends.
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier to be able to communicate with both chats. See, and that kind of once again it rolls right into our next topic, which is how rising costs are affecting how we write a menu and order certain products. Because I mean, look, we're all not going to have saffron on the menu. We're all not going to have caviar on the menu. I'll tell you that right now because this I was at Curtsy. I'm like, what's your cheapest caviar that you have right now? And he showed me this little tin can, smaller than my vape. Okay. Now, just so you like how big my hand is compared to the vape. Okay. It's smaller than the vape. Okay. It was $125
Yeah.
for that one little ass can.
It's just insane.
But that's caviar too at the same time. Like caviar's always been fucking
That was
expensive.
sus killer. Oh my god, I just read it. I read it after you said. If you didn't say that was a sus comment, I wouldn't have noticed. And honestly, if eggs keep up with this goddamn price, motherfuckers gonna stop buying and eating eggs at restaurants, bro. Like, it's getting crazy. It's still crazy. It's been weeks now, bro. Like,
Hmm
um,
And it's just getting started with all these fucking trade wars going on
I was
and
just about to say
tariffs.
that. Yep, those fucking tariffs and shit that are going on. It's like it's the same thing with like avocados, and there's a bunch of shit.
Mhm.
Um, one of my like kind of things that I always like, especially for when it comes to like proteins, like a lot of people always want those high end steaks, but like how many people are really spending $150, on fucking T-bones and shit like that? And how
You
like no
know,
one wants to pay that. So you have to like be able to write and maintain a menu with your costing and use different cuts of meats and know how to use them and get creative with it to make it worth your bucks.
right?
Like,
And that's why my buddy, like, he's got a small place that I was talking about earlier. Yo, Jigsaw, welcome in, guy. Um, that I was talking about where I rehabbed at, and he does like a lot of like um skirt steak, a lot
yep.
of flat iron steak, cheaper cuts,
Hmm.
just to
Exactly.
maintain sustainability.
Yep. We one of our like sustainability things right now, like kind of just what somebody just said, what Scorpio? Um the eggs, like, so one of my solutions, it wasn't my like what I want to do, but one of my solutions is because we do brunch on Saturdays and Sundays, like we did brunch today, is we have our actual real eggs for like, eggs your eggs your way, poached eggs, your normal shit. And then we have been buying the citric acid bagged eggs for our omelets and our scrambles.
Right.
And while it's not the best quality, of course, and it doesn't quite taste exactly, it gets the job done, and my cost is down 200%.
Facts.
So it's like, am I gonna just like make real scrambles, or am I just gonna cut my costs until eggs go back down and then cut my costs significantly? So
Right.
I'm kind of like, you have to take a sacrifice for a little while. It's not like the quality's bad. I will still eat them myself. It's just sometimes you have to go a little bit of a different route than what you would want to go to just be able to not kill yourself financially when you're trying to have like costs that are this high.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
It's a matter, and then it's like using certain products that are processed and how many times they're processed, it costs more.
Yep.
So like you're buying the raw ingredients to make it yourself, but then at the same time you have to sit there and think about your labor costs.
And that's always the other factor.
If you're not
Every
spending it
time.
on food, you're spending it on labor.
No, correct. And this guy comes in with another 5 fucking 100 bits. Jesus Christ, dude.
I told you he went to go check his wallet. We there yet? Can you go
We
check for
there.
him? Are we there
Well,
yet?
technically it restarts month to month. So you're at 2300, 2300, 25. We're over halfway there. Cuz I didn't reset the actual bit bar on my main like stream screen.
See, now
I'll
I
just eat
know.
it. I'll eat it at the end. I'll eat it near the end. I'm not going through the pain before the end of this. We still got a couple more topics. I'm gonna be sitting here fucking heavy breathing and shit. Hell
Right.
no. I'll do it
As
before I
long as
end,
that
and then
flavor
I'll
is there,
fucking
people
suffer later.
still buy but so many times staff or food charges and one of
All
your
right, deal. Okay.
it's just so place and that sucks. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And then I know for me personally, like I'm with my budget and how many I cook for, I can kind of go a little higher on my food costs than the atypical place because mine's considered practically corporate. And I'm able to get the T-bones and the strips and the filet mignon and the sea bass and I get this one product. I get this
I can.
yo, what's good, bro? It's good to see you, Polo.
What's up,
I get
Polo?
I get pre-sous vide half chicken. So
Yeah.
all I do is I knock the chill off it in the mic and then I throw it in the oven to finish it to
Yep.
crispen up the skin.
Yep. Yep. We used
And
to do
that
that for
saves
lobster
hmm
like boils for that same way. You just get them pre-done, and then you just fucking mic them and send them, like fry them and send them.
hmm
Yeah. We're wonderful. How are you doing tonight?
Good to see you, kitten.
Also, I agree with your statement, Larry. Like, as long as you know what you're doing, you can pretty much make any cut of meat taste good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely brought snacks. Yeah,
Y'all gonna maybe hey, you definitely because we're definitely talking food.
true.
It should be
Should be
supplied.
supplied.
I mean, it
When
wouldn't
you
be a
enter.
bad idea if we were capable of doing so.
Fuck yeah.
I'm yet to try sea bass if I
Oh man, I
have
want to
the
do a good
choice of
pig roast soon, bro.
steak or fish.
Larry,
I'm thinking steak.
can I come down and can we do a pig roast?
Put up a collar plate.
I don't
Next
know.
thing
Why
you
is
know,
that? I don't know. Cuz I'm a slacker and I have a lot of people to play with. I'm playing with Screech tomorrow, and then I don't know who I have a bunch of shit lined up. Castle, what's good, homie?
I think I met Kitten through you too, because I pop in her stream all the time.
All right, kid. What do you want to play? Fucking guy takes it. This guy takes it the wrong way. This guy takes it the wrong way every time. Kitten, give me a game you want to play. Give me a day. Give me a time.
Bag of chips, a cookie, and a juice. Single file line, please. I fucking love that. Yes, fifth graders first.
Castle, how you doing, bro? Fucking 3 stream streak. Let's go. Appreciate you. Hope you having a good Sunday. Oh man, no, not the next segment. The segment after the next segment's a good one. That's the one I've been excited for.
Oh, what really makes chefs mad?
Yeah, yeah.
I felt like that was like a breakup thing towards the end, just
Oh man,
just to
I
be
can't
like,
wait to get. I just want to know yours. I just want to know.
oh, mine's a simple. Everything makes me mad. Dude, I'm telling you, some of the
5
dumbest
a.m.
shit.
tomorrow. I haven't slept since 7:30 Saturday morning, but I'll stay up if you want to play at 5 in the morning. Fuck it. That's like 5 hours from now. That's not
The
that bad.
jigsaw hearts, love that.
DJ in life. See, Larry gets it. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, I don't have to work till Wednesday. I'm chilling. I know you were kidding, but if you're playing games tomorrow, just let me know. I should be home for part of the day tomorrow. Part of the day. Yeah, I didn't go to
So
bed, killer.
so
No.
I know for me, we have with being where I'm at and how I have to do things, we have to watch our numbers and our spending around certain points. Like the first quarter, like basically every quarter, we want to be under our quarterly margin. So with that, it's like usually the end of the third month is like usually when I'm doing you're getting mostly pasta dishes, you're getting the cheapest shit I can buy, and I'm sorry for it, like easy, quick shit that I can do and just pump out in mass volumes and
Yep.
keep it as cheap as possible.
Correct.
And that's a big part of affecting what I order and how I order. See, like when you get a drop, like from US Foods or from Curtsy or Palmer's or whatever your vendors are, you have to spend so much money in order to get that delivered to you.
Hmm.
And if you don't, you have to go to them to go pick it up.
Correct.
Now, I don't got the time or the energy or the sizable vehicle to go pick up a fucking delivery. So a lot of times I'm meeting that minimum amount, which is usually between 5 and 800 for me
Oh man, I wish I could
because
do
of
item amounts.
huh?
Give me cases over. I guess give me cases over price because I can fill cases quicker than I can fill a price. I'll tell you what. That's my cheat
Right.
code. I would try to work that in with any of my purveyors.
So you know what I've done like over the past couple of years, I learned it kind of the hard way, but I figured out that like if I ever go, I get pretty much exactly what I need first, and then it's like I'll order more of certain things just to fill the order.
For the
Or
order,
if
yeah. Mhm.
or if I really if I'm really feeling froggy about it, I'll order like something expensive like the sea bass. Like I'll order one case at a time, frozen, and then once I have 4 or 5 cases stocked up in my freezer, I'll run it for a week.
Yeah. Smart move.
Sounds like I gotta come to y'all. Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm on all the time, kid. There's no excuses here.
Horses, food, music. Sounds like a country
Oh,
fest.
yeah. No, Larry's house is well. So have like a DGen night. I I know you're a party girl. Come on now, stay up for a night. Stay up late. Play video games with us. You'll be fine. You'll be good. I promise. I want to do a pig roast down at your house, Larry. That's what I want to do. That's all we're here to do. We're here to talk food
Fuck yeah.
and food related things.
Yeah. Chef Life. Chef Life podcast. Come on now. It's in the name. So keeping it rolling here. Finding finding and keeping staff post pandemic, I find it has been kind of crazy.
Yeah. Very much
It's
so.
I mean a lot of places are typically a revolving door, but now it's even worse.
And the types of people that you get coming in aren't what they used to be.
No, the quality of the people coming in are like I went to an interview and one of the questions was like what's the first thing you're going to do when you saute something? I'm like turn the switch, turn the flame on, get the pan, put oil in the pan, put it on the fucking burner. They're like, "Yeah, you have no idea how many people didn't get that right or understand how to do
What?
that." I'm like, "What were they saying to you?"
Yeah, exactly. I would have been the asshole that have been like, I'm gonna grab a towel, I'm gonna turn on the flame, and then I'm gonna grab the pan with the towel because I don't trust nobody. And then we're gonna get the pan hot, put the oil in, and move on from there, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's so hard, and then a lot of
I
times
mean, like,
now, unfortunately, where I'm at, like, after your 90 days, I can't get rid of your ass, and in order to get rid of somebody, the 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 fucking loopholes and the fucking write-ups, and it has to be extreme. Like, HR was like, "Oh, well, it's a body that fills a position, we have to keep him." I'm like, "He's a worthless, steaming pile of shit, and yet I have to keep
mhm.
him." "Okay, thanks.
Is
Thank you for
Buffalo not
fucking
at
me over."
is Buffalo not at will after 90 days?
What do
Because
you
like,
mean?
I'm like, here in Ohio, even after 90 days, like, I mean, you still don't really have to give a reason for to either quit
Well,
or
we
fire somebody.
well, yeah, but here's the whole thing, like, they have to get so many write-ups within a certain time,
Ah, I see, I see.
and after so many months, the write-ups go away,
Yep.
so then you gotta start the whole process all over again.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, they're
They're
very
building cases on this motherfucker.
right. Like, so people are very, very protected by HR in that sense here.
Yeah.
Sunlight, what's good? Welcome in.
Yeah, I definitely feel that struggle.
5 a.m. I make
And
coffee.
it's people will say too, like lately, I feel like every time like someone's like, "Oh, I've got XYZ experience," and then they don't know like basic shit, or like I'll tell them to
Mhm.
do something, and they'll need like a full rundown. And I get some people that just want to like understand how I want it done, but like if I tell you to do something simple like chop something, or if I tell you to shift and nod something, you should just know what the fuck to do. Like it shouldn't be difficult. You shouldn't need me to show you how to do it. If that's the case, I like question your actual fucking like reputation and what you've known and learned.
Right.
And that's a problem I deal with a lot. Is a lot of people just like they say they know shit, and then when I tell them to do something, they don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. And I'm not a culinary trained person. I'm self trained, so I don't know all the technical terms, but I know my shit
Same.
enough to if I tell you to do something and cut it a certain way, if I want something brunoise, you should know what a brunoise is. If you tell me you have 10 years experience in a kitchen, like just simple shit like that people just don't understand. Um,
Mhm.
and a lot of people are lazy. Like I deal with like a lot of like cleanliness problems and just people just like not cleaning up after themselves,
Yes. Oh
and
my God, yes.
it's really brutal to try to deal with. I spend sometimes up to an hour coming in the morning because I'm one of the first people there, obviously, and I just sit
Mhm.
there and I clean up shit, and I like have lists
Yo,
and sets
Platinum
and
God with the raid. Thank
yo
you
W
so
raid, let's
much,
go,
bro. Let's go.
let's go platinum.
Welcome in, Raiders. This is our first podcast of a Chef Life, a podcast. Welcome in to everybody coming in with that raid. Thank you. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in, Raiders. If you are new here, I'm Mega the Chef. I do a lot of cooking and now this podcast. Shit show, what's good? Welcome in, welcome in. Um, my man next to me here is Smoky Rituals. He is also a chef, and we're here
Howdy, howdy.
talking about what makes a chef tick and what we go through, everyday struggles, um, just anything and everything chef related.
So Reeve said, "Would you give your opinion on overbearing managers that don't know what they're talking about / breaking health code standards or basic cooking skills? If so, would you give your opinion on the subject other than keeping your head down?"
I mean,
Uh,
I don't hold back. I am
yeah.
so quick to cuss somebody the fuck out.
I mean, yeah, you just gotta like say it how it is. If people aren't doing shit the right way, I've learned that over the years. Like, you
Mhm.
at a point gotta tell them they're fucking doing it wrong. I mean,
I mean, a constant struggle that I have. My main line cook that's with me. He's 57 years old. He's like right around 400 pounds, so he's not very movable. And then he can't bend very well. So cleaning, I have to clean everything from the waist down, and it sucks. But when I come in and I find shit half-ass clean, and I'm like, dude, you're 50 fucking 7 years old. You have a culinary degree from the Culinary Institute of America, bro. You should know how to fucking clean.
yep.
Like,
hmm
wipe the shit down the right fucking way. Like, it's not rocket science.
I mean, yeah, when it gets to two, if it's like a manager too, though, I mean, it's either at the point where you just gotta like fucking just say some shit, or you just gotta take it to a higher upper
Heard.
at that point. Because like,
Gotcha. Sorry, Platinum. I appreciate you letting me know.
if they're risking it, if the health inspector comes in, then it's clearly an issue, and it shouldn't happen. Like, because I've
How's
worked
that
with
now,
some dirty
Platinum?
people, man.
Sorry. Thank you for letting me know, though. Again, thank you for letting me know. But yeah, I mean, I had when I started going for my chef de cuisine through the ACF, um, one of the courses I had to take was a management course, and it's actually, do I have the book right here? I do. It's supervision in the hospitality industry,
Okay.
and I got this thing dog marked like crazy. You
Yeah,
can
hell
kind of
yeah.
see it, but it points out a lot of useful tools. I'll say to now I can't hear the music, bro. Right there. We'll see that. A lot of useful tools to communicate, and it's like there's different types of management and management styles, which
Mhm.
which I didn't really think of. I'm like, you got your basic passive aggressive, like, hey, can you clean this over here? This should be done every day. Like,
Yeah.
it's it's how you approach certain people, and I think to me, I had to learn it the hard way. When I say learn the hard way, is like I had to learn that person first and how I should be talking to them because
Yes.
it's like running and managing a restaurant is like having kids, and you have to talk to each individual kid differently
Correct.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
they're not all
Yeah.
gonna react the same way.
Yeah. 100%.
And it's like I can sit there and cuss one of them out and treat them like the redheaded stepchild, maybe even throw them a little smackdown.
Mhm.
The next one, I gotta be, come on, little Jimmy, let me hold your hand. Come with
Yeah.
me.
Yep. This is what you have to do now. Oh, yeah.
My next question, if you would have me, what's the final straw with employees? What is something that you two won't tolerate outside of fist fighting and no
I
condos?
mean,
Who's
drug use, open drug use and being fucked up get you the fuck out quick.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Drinking, obviously, it kind of falls in the same category. And I mean, if I see somebody with excessive habits that are bad and I've tried to, approach
Right,
them
yeah.
about it multiple times and it's hit a point, then it's time to go. Because if it happens once, they don't change the ways, they start doing it again, then it becomes a write up. And then you bring it to them. And then if they continue to do it, then you can then proceed onwards. But if you're not a manager, obviously you can't take those steps. So you have to do it through another gateway, basically. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere.
Right.
Um,
And at
but
that
if you're
point,
in
if
that
you're
manager role, it's get the fuck out.
right, I mean, not a non-management role, you would have to relay all that information to the manager, and then
Correct.
the manager has to see it before he can document it.
Correct. Then it becomes a, oh, we have to look at into this.
Drinking, drugs, name
Yeah, like high
calling,
aggression, of
aggressive.
course, platinum. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely.
I mean, but I'm high aggressive sometimes too. Like I am
The kitchens are
I
softer than they used to be, though.
they
Like
and
I used to have had plates thrown at me and shit like that when I was younger, and you just fucking dealt with it and you fucking got back up and you worked harder. But nowadays, like you say something wrong to somebody and you can get in like fucking trouble for it now. Like
major trouble,
it's not
major.
the kitchens are not like they used to be in terms of stuff like that. So
My
you definitely have
first,
to like watch yourself. It's helped me calm down a lot.
yeah,
I used to fucking be ruthless in kitchens, and I've learned to kind of maintain
same,
myself a little bit.
same. My first year at where I was at, I was literally in HR with my executive chef at least once a month. He's like,
Mhm.
dude, you can't talk to these people like that. Dude,
Mhm.
you can't talk to them like that. Bro, this is
Fuck, I
not the
can't.
night. He's like,
Fuck, I
bro, this is
can't.
not the 90s. He's like, bro, this is not the 90s. This is not the kitchen that you grew up in. I'm like, why not? It was so much better then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've definitely dude fucking I've gotten into a couple fights, like, and then you're cool after. Sometimes you're not, sometimes you are, like, but yeah, it's definitely not the same as it like used to be 10 years ago, for sure.
Oh no, not even close. Because I definitely like I was a kitchen bad boy. I really
Yeah,
was.
yeah, it was
I
too.
mean, And honestly, I don't really talk about this much, and I don't I never really admitted this, all right? So you guys are getting a sneak peek at who I really am, right? Um, because of who I was in the kitchen and how my name got around, they knew my skill level and how good I was. So they knew they were getting a quality product that I cooked, but they also knew I was a huge asshole. And certain places, 3 of the jobs that I've worked at over my career, they called me and asked me to come work there for as long as it takes to get rid of somebody else because they didn't want to fire them to
Mm,
pay them the unemployment. So they would have me come in and harass and fuck with somebody until they quit, and then after they quit, they'll be like, "Thanks, chef. Take care. You're gone too." Crazy,
I just gotta push them out, bro.
crazy,
You just gotta push them out, bro.
crazy. But like I was that guy, and
Yeah.
I feel bad about it now, looking back on it now, because I've evolved as such a chef from that time period. But it's like, damn.
I mean, it sounds cocky, but I've over the years, especially where I'm at now, that I'd like. I know if I need to talk my shit, I can because I can usually work circles around every single fucking person in the kitchen, and I don't have to like. I can talk my walk, or I can yeah I can talk my walk. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like if I'm gonna talk my shit, I know I can throw down, and I can throw
yeah.
down at any
I can
capacity.
back
So
up what the fuck I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah, so. And like he was saying earlier, like one of his first things he said, what if it's like a manager that doesn't actually know his shit and doesn't know like then clearly they're not set to be a manager or a kitchen in that high end kitchen position. Like if you don't know about food and you don't know what you need to do to be successful, then you probably shouldn't be in that position.
Yeah, I've had um a couple of front of house managers that I've worked with over the past couple of years that, at where I'm at now. And I've literally told her on several occasions, I'm like, you need to go back to wherever you came from because
Hmm.
that was not cooking, or
Hmm.
that was not running a business, or that was not proper management at all. Like you got to stop letting these kids, and they're literally kids that are servers, like 16, 17, 18 years old, walking all over this manager. I'm like, you got to get a backbone.
Yeah,
Like this is a job.
yeah.
I mean, at that age, this is a job. This isn't you're coming in here and you're getting paid to do something. If you're not
And on
capable
the
of doing it,
same
get out.
And on the same hand, I would also choose a younger person that has not gone to culinary school than just some like stuck up pretentious person that has gone to culinary school. Because a lot of times those people they aren't able to actually adapt to kitchen life. They don't actually retain much information and their work is usually sloppy and not very good. Whereas if you have
Mhm.
somebody that's like young, like kind of like our backgrounds where you kind of just like threw ourselves in the restaurant, you learn a different way and those are usually the ones that last in kitchens, I feel like. Like I feel like a lot of people that go to like culinary school, they just some do make it. Some obviously do make it, but I feel like some of them just they slip away and they get stuck into certain modes. Feel free with inflation. I know price.
The next step to keeping businesses successful, considering the chokehold economy. Yeah,
I mean, it wouldn't.
I was kind of touching on that earlier. Fucking grim. Get the fuck out of here.
Aprons only, baby. Aprons only.
Aprons up.
Aprons up. Aprons only. Let them
I was kind
fly.
of. What if they're making sloppy joes? You know what though? It's like I was kind of touching on this earlier. It's like you got to be creative. Like if you're doing the same thing everyone else is doing, that's a surefire way that you're probably going down at some point.
I mean, a
Because if
lot of places are doing Uber and shit like that. And like, I know mine started
yeah,
doing Uber and DoorDash because it helps bring in business. Another option would also be to like offer to at least to certain neighborhoods some sort of delivery service yourself. I know it's old school, but it's like if you can get it at a decent price still. The problem is that everything is too expensive in the restaurant. Like you can't go out to eat without spending $100 at like a sit down restaurant. I feel like at least
dude,
$100, even
going to
at like a fucking
McDonald's is
smaller place.
fucking
Yeah,
pricey.
yeah, especially if you have kids. I'm sure. Like, it's $15 if I go eat at McDonald's just for me, like I can imagine having 3 kids, wife, the whole 9, like, fuck no. Like,
It's like it gets real expensive real quick.
and even buying groceries is just as bad at home. It's impossible to eat now. Like, it's too expensive to eat. Like, I don't know. It's just you go and you buy fucking 3 bags worth of groceries and you're spending $120. Like, I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, but keeping the business successful is like you're constantly looking for ways that is gonna help keep the business
Keep
going,
it
which
going.
is
Exactly,
keeping
yeah.
keeping your food costs as low as possible, keeping your labor costs as low as possible. So people are hitting certain hours, and basically once they hit so many hours, like, bro, I know I gotta cut you, bro. And you're at that 40-hour mark. I can't pay you the overtime money.
Mine is so bad that everyone's basically a part-time employee. It's me who works like anywhere from like 45 to 55 hours a week, and then I have a bunch of people that work 25 to 30 hours. And that's it. And that's another struggle I deal with because I don't have those like full-time employees that I can count on to like have my back in those situations. So I'm stuck doing all
Right.
my chef duties while still maintaining like I work the line every single day still.
Hmm.
Not only am I still doing my shit, I still have to work the line every single day basically. So
And that's what
it's
it is for a lot of chefs now. It's like
mhm,
we're not able to not be on the line anymore. Like we have to
correct.
be on the line.
We have to be there. Yeah.
That's why I was harassing you the one day. I'm like, how is it 7 o'clock and you're already fucking home playing a game? God damn it!
That's my one early day that I don't have to work the line, Wednesday. That's the only day. It's so great. I go in at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gone by 5, 6, 7 o'clock. It's nice. But that's like, if I have those part time employees, that's where I try to utilize them, especially during the early week. I need to eat. I need to eat. I'm hungry again.
I appreciate the look, bro. Yeah, yeah, definitely go eat, man. I know you had a long stream, man. I appreciate the raid once again, bro. Thank
Because
you so much for that. But
Yo,
yeah, like
Platinum, thank you for the follow.
a lot of you know what else involves keeping costs low besides the food and the labor is just a lot of it. How do I want to say this? Like
Yo, thank you.
time
I
ma-
appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
time management is crucial. You
You're
don't
gonna have people that can multitask.
like you said, utilizing your part-time employees as much as humanly possible. And I don't even know. Like it's hard. You obviously got to keep up on trends. Anything new that's coming out, you're gonna want to at least try it.
And
Um,
unfortunately, right now, Reed, things is like my food cost is not where I want it to be, but it's where it's at an okay point where I can make it work. My problem is labor. Is no matter what it is, I feel like the owner is always having an issue with the labor. Even if we had a good week, even if we had a busy week, it's always labor, 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 labor. So it's not necessarily the food cost and what the food is always costing, but just how many people are there. But we need those people to achieve the job anyway. Like it's not
right.
that they're not there, not busting their ass. Now, could I have maybe get rid of 2 people that have like 2 amazing people to do jobs? So instead of having 4 prep cooks, I have 2 awesome prep cooks. But then it's super hard to find those people. So then you're stuck in this loop. Do you have 4 people that are decent, or do you have 2 people that are fucking, you and me working prep? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Like rock stars,
there's,
yeah.
yeah, you need those people, and it's hard to find those people now. And then if you do find those people, they want like some absorbent amount of money, and then it's like, okay, well, now it's cutting into that cost. So then you're just stuck in this like
Big
infinite
worm,
loop.
big perm.
And depending on where you are, like demographically, like I know here minimum wage is only like $10, but when I was in Colorado, it was 15.
Yeah, it's
So like
15.
cost of livings vary, everywhere too.
It's nuts. Well,
Big
that's actually
worm, I mean big parm.
one of the last topics is how raising the minimum wage changed everything,
Mm-hmm.
especially for the culinary world because, you know, it really hit. It really hit hard.
Yeah.
Was labor costs and skyrocketing. Why didn't I already read that? This is why I had support other incentives to keep the good people at a low cost, meaning inflate your month for $100 gift card, things like that. Um, I can't. I wish I could do stuff like that. I my boss would chew. That'd be $100 gift card out of my own pocket,
Yeah, that's
and
what I was about to say. I didn't have every bit in my own pocket.
and I can't do that right now. Like, wife is just getting back to work. She's been back to work a month now.
And
So
I
it's like,
and as cool as it is too, I feel like I don't know, you're already there and you are getting paid for a job and you are paid based on your experience and your quality of work. And so I feel like why give an incentive when that's literally like what you're there to do? Like at the end of the day, you don't have to show up, you don't have to work for, this restaurant. That's kind of how, not to be like a dickish about it, but like that's what I feel like bonuses are for. Not
mhm,
necessarily like gift cards and stuff, but that's why you have the implementation of like bonuses or raises within,
mhm,
X amount of time. Like that's where you kind of fill that in. Like have a set, okay, I'm making this right now. Let's touch base in 120 days and see if maybe we can get you a raise. It's I feel like in that sense, I don't know, it's a weird incentive way for me.
without the
I mean,
expectation of
that's
the
how they get
passion
them in, though.
behind
They
the
can
battle.
afford
That
that
it's
being a multi-billion-dollar fucking corporation.
and
I
that's
mean, technically, at the
exactly
end of the day, I could go do that too and make the easiest money of my fucking life. It's wanting to do something for the job and the money, and wanting to do something for as a passion and career, and maybe taking a little bit of a pay cut and sacrificing some life and hours to do something that you actually love. And that's where that falls into my place.
same.
I no bullshit. I'll tell you right now. I took a $5,000 salary cut when I took over this head chef job, and I said, pass it out to the employees, please. I sacrificed $5,000 a year to make it so that the employees could see something so that they would want to stay. That was my incentive.
That's a dope ass incentive though,
I mean, I think that's better than $100 fucking gift card, no?
for real. Hmm,
Like,
for real. Yeah, and that's why I was talking about corporates. Corporates are what's staying alive right now because of that structure that
yep,
they
they're,
have,
they're
where they can
killing mom and
close.
pops.
Like if you got Mc- 20 McDonald's, but five of them aren't really doing nothing, you can close those five, repurpose the other ones, and they're not losing a fucking dime.
Exactly. Exactly. And even some of those bigger ones are even pushing out some of the smaller ones. Some of those smaller like corporations are, I feel like, are closing down and dying too. Like
Hmm.
there's select few of the one percenters of companies that are just taking over, and that's where the mom and pops struggle hard.
Yeah. So, I've seen couple restaurants that
Yeah, I would never work for a corporate place,
since
honestly. No matter how it's
I've
just not
shot.
satisfying. That's not what I crave. Like,
If I didn't have the freedom that I have of writing my own menus and doing whatever food I want and the creativity that I want and the ordering, if I didn't have the freedoms that I have, I would not be working corporate either. I hate
yep,
corporate.
corporate sucks.
But I mean, I'm lucky in the same fact that I don't have to worry about the slow seasons, or I don't have to worry, about am I going to have a job next month and next year? You know, I have job security where I'm at. Like,
Hmm.
people are going to get old and retire no matter what. And there's enough rich people out there that they're actually building. I just found out, what was it, a few months ago, that my company's building another location in the Buffalo, New York area. So it's like,
We just opened up another
obviously,
location too.
nice.
That's why it was funny to me that she was thinking about closing because she was opening up another location. But it's like just like a little bar area. Like it's literally a place called
Nice.
Flower, and they serve like little cocktails and platter plates and random
Tapas.
shit. I mean, yeah, like exactly. But it's she's just getting her shit out there a little bit more. I'm like, you got to
Right.
do that if you want to stay alive. Like it's the only way you're
Absolutely.
gonna manage.
And then a lot of, you know, restaurant success and bar slash restaurant success is is something I was preached, different court. I have my own Discord now. OG. I have my own thing going on now. I I'm still with Reaper Central. I still love Reaper Central. Um, I have my own home now. Is how I'm referring to it as. Um, and now I lost my whole train of thought. I feel like I'm the one smoking weed over here. Fucking what was I saying?
uh, you're asking the wrong guy right now, dude.
I know, fuck.
Short-term stoner brain, dog.
You'll see it
Chat.
pop up, bud. What? Um, I don't think I have it set up for Discord. Current reports, articles hint the fact that culinary expertise is starting to die because of the situation most local restaurants have found doing the $5 meal deals.
I mean, not $5 meal deals, but Hugh touched base on it earlier. Mega
Yeah,
did
yeah.
was is like pasta specials and stuff like that. Things
Mm-hmm.
that are cheap of cost that cost basically pizza. Oh my god, pizza! It's great. That's an awesome one. It's cheap. Like bread, different kind of breads and dips and oils and herb oils and shit like that. I mean, the oil gets expensive, but everything else is
Oh
like
yeah,
very, very
oil
easy and
gets
simple to make.
super
Yeah,
expensive.
but like you can find ways around. It doesn't have to be oil, but like there are different things that you can do that you can have as cheap, I guess, appetizers, and that's kind of where I guess happy hour fits in. And I'm like, that's where we
Heard
utilize
that.
our happy
I
hour,
got you.
like to do stuff like that.
I just remembered where I was going. Okay, so the success of a lot of places at the end of the day, no matter what, is location, location, location.
Hmm.
Then that's why they
Yep.
say it 3 times because it's that fucking critical.
Mm. I think advertisement too also is like right there with it. Location and
Absolutely.
advertising, because if you're not
Yes.
advertising yourself and putting your shit out there, like no one's gonna come.
No one's
Like
gonna even know you exist.
exactly, they're not gonna know
Just
your
like on
location if
Twitch.
you don't advertise. Like,
If you don't let people know you're fucking live on Twitch, they're not gonna show
yeah,
up.
exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of like that's the restaurant's way though. Is what I was saying is like the $5 meal deal. I mean, that's your happy hour right there, basically, more or less, for the restaurant side of things. I mean, you think though the quality of the $5 meal deal, yeah, it's convenient for certain families and certain people, but like,
Mhm.
if you're going to a restaurant paying a little bit more, you're still getting much more quality food.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, apps are crazy now.
Well, I already know that's one of the main things coming up at the food show that I'm going to at Curtsy in Pennsylvania. I'm going on what? The the 28th.
I have a food show on the 14th.
I'm trying to find out from Curtsy, and I talked to uh my sales rep, and I was telling him, I'm like, me and him are good friends now. I've known him pretty much since I started, and me and him were kind of talking, and he knows I do this kind of stuff. And I'm like, dude, I kind of want to walk around the food show with the phone in my pocket. People
Fuck
can
yeah.
see what I'm seeing at a food show. How many people,
Yeah.
like, unless you
Everyone's
own,
doing the IRL stuff now. Like everyone's
right?
doing it. This is a perfect opportunity to do that.
And what's even great about that is unless you are top up in that at a restaurant or an owner, like if you're not a manager or an owner, you don't even get invited to these kind of things.
Mhm.
So it's like going to one and then showing what goes on at one and how you handle
Correct.
yourself and how you do things. I think would be awesome. And
Seeing how different vendors and yeah.
I kind of told him, I'm like, I may just kind of do it, and then if you guys tell me to turn it off and stop doing it, I will. But it's like I'm gonna shoot first and ask questions later. So it may be a 3 hour stream, it may be a 5 minute stream, guys. I don't know.
No, I
But
honestly
that was
have not.
you guys found a decline in business. So that's what lazy moms. No,
I don't feel like I have.
that's
We've
the
been
first I'm even
decently
hearing
busy.
about that.
We've been fairly consistent like at my place recently. Like our sales week to week have been pretty much like within like $500 every week. 500 to 1,000, which is pretty fucking consistent. So I know that the business is there, but then and now the like is how do we get that to go up? Like, yes, I know that we're at the end of winter, spring's coming, it's getting nicer. We're gonna open the patio. That'll bring in more business. That already is, bringing up the business. But then it's just like, how can you also get more newer people to come in here? And that was a problem that I had at one of my last jobs was they didn't want to change too much or go and do anything too new. They wanted to stay strict old school. And it's like your clientele is like fucking an average of 70 years old. Like they're gonna die off eventually. Like I'm sorry, it's the hard truth of it. Like you need to be able to still focus on your people that you've had that are loyal to you, then also break off a little bit and bring in new crowds of people that are going to come back and be a part of your continuing business.
And that's
Like,
what makes a good chef great,
yep.
is being able to take those old school things,
Hmm.
put a new twist on it, and present it a different way, and it could be a whole new fucking thing.
Exactly. Like taking the classics and making it your own and doing your own twists and making it new is what you just said. It makes a chef fucking great. Like, and that's what I enjoy doing.
Mhm.
I don't want to be doing the
100%.
same shit from the 70s and 80s, but we're not putting fucking parsley sprigs on plates anymore and fucking random we can do so much more with food now. And people
Mhm.
that are into good food enjoy that experience and don't want to just get a $5 half smush burger,
No
you know?
cursing. Heard that, wifey. No, the wife just redeemed no cursing.
All right, I guess. I'll
Well,
join
for
in.
me. You're good.
I'll join
I'm not.
I probably can't maintain. No cussing.
I seen it. I seen it. Welcome in, babe. How's work going?
Mm-mm-mm.
So
Mm.
so the topic you've been waiting for all night.
Oh, yes.
What here, let me throw it up real quick just so everybody can see the topics. Like I
This
feel
is a
like
fun one.
your redeems suck. I have a lot of them off right now because I don't want them going crazy during a podcast or during while I'm cooking. And that's mostly what I'm doing now. I'm not doing the whole gaming or drinking all night podcast. So where it's more entertainable, it's less redeems because of I have to get more creative at that point. But did it go through? There it is. Okay, so the one we're on right now is what really makes chefs mad. I'm gonna let you go. I know you're itching.
Oh man. All right.
Or are
I
you
admit a
more waiting
little.
for me to go?
I kind of wanted both. I was in the mix of both of them. I want to see where your head's at with this one. Honestly, let you start on this one.
Dude, I'm terrible. I'm I get mad over some of the littlest, smallest,
Do you
insignificant
want
things.
Do you want me to give you my quick list and then we can go in depth? I'll give you
Oh,
what I wrote
sure.
down.
Oh, yeah, for sure,
Okay,
for
so
sure.
I'll start the late deliveries, product quality issues. Some of my quirks is open door on the dish machine, wiping behind handles, messy cooks, which I talked about earlier, servers that don't listen when you 86 an item and then they ring it in five more times within an hour. Um, yeah, that's kind of where I started with that. Those were my pinpointers. Those are
86
my
items.
yeah. Oh my fucking
80,
god, dude.
86 items are always a killer at every place I've ever worked. There's always going to be someone that rings in something that's already you're sold out of,
Mhm.
and that literally drives us insane.
So my
It's
big
like,
my big
did you
issue
guys
that
not
stem
communicate this to each other?
Yep. So my big issue that stems into that, and it's been happening recently at my restaurants, a big problem, is they're not understanding the of coursing, and not
Smiling,
even
what's
like
good?
we're not like coursing, but like don't ring in the appetizers and then instantly ring in the entrees when you guys just sat 70 people. Like because what's happening this past weekend is a prime example of it. They ring in apps and entrees all at once, and I'm putting up entrees as motherfuckers are still putting up apps because they were already backed up. And so now I'm like sitting here like hogtied, and I'm like, what? Like, why wouldn't you wait until you see your app in the window to be like, okay, let me go punch in my order, boom, and then you can grab your apps. I start cooking your food, and then it comes out at a timely manner, and it causes a fucking
Yeah,
mess.
big time, big time. And I know the
Pine, I love you,
issue.
bro. Thank you for hanging out.
Pine nuts. I
I love you, dog.
that stuff drives me nuts too because I know at least for the servers that I have, which are all like I said, young kids that really don't know anything about serving to begin with.
Hmm.
Um, they are the absolute worst in understanding the fact that the apps. Like, put the app in, and then when you see the app in the window, then put the entree orders in.
Exactly.
It's like they don't take the time to understand that at all, because a lot of times I'm putting up a French onion and the entree at the same time, and they're wondering why. Like,
What has happened?
you didn't run the French onion yet, that's why.
Yeah, I looked at 'em
Like, it
I
should have
looked
been
at
gone.
all the servers, I said, "You realize if you ring in this food, I'm cooking it." I said, "Mind what you ring in and how you ring it in." Like,
Mhm.
this isn't because that's how it is there. We just cook and go, and everything is so fast that we can
Mhm.
have
K-Pig.
most tickets up
Let's
within
go,
12 minutes.
K-Pig.
And yes, that is how it's
Amazon, what's
supposed to
good,
go.
Amazon? Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, both you guys. Good to see you. But yeah, what we're saying is it's very difficult to coordinate that when you're getting all the tickets at one time instead of
Mhm.
breaking them up.
Correct. And also, Reva, from what you said too, yeah, I have a big ass thing in my back of my kitchen of
Larry
when
with the
servers
follow.
can
Let's
bring
go.
in food because that is also a big issue. Them trying to ring in food at the most random fucking hours, like when they're in the middle of service or we're
Thanks,
trying to
K-Pig. I
set up their
appreciate you, bro.
service. And it's just like some of them are kind of pushy, and it's like I'm gonna make your food when I fucking choose to make your food. Like simple as that. Like you get it
Oh
when I
yeah.
give it to you. I don't
Oh
care
yeah.
if you're hungry and went to the gym and haven't eaten yet. Maybe you should have ate before you came to work. Like,
Oh yeah. I thought you
I
were
hate
too.
that.
No, no, no worries though. No worries. I appreciate you.
Wow, Larry.
Um,
Wow, dude. It's fucked up. Crazy, dude. Fucking crazy.
but yeah, man, some of the I get so irritated so quick over so little all the time. Like I can't. Sunrise, welcome in. I mean, I get irritated when stuff's out of place.
Blake.
Like
What up,
you
Blake?
guys should know where this is supposed to go by now. Why is it over here and not over there?
Yeah. Mhm.
Like the, and I'm like that at home too sometimes. Like the littlest inconvenience sometimes that I don't anticipate dealing with, then I have to deal with it. What the? Why?
Exactly. Yeah. Why? Well, and I put late deliveries as my very first one. So because Friday, my produce did not show up until 4:15. 4:15. I had specials to get ready for 5 o'clock. I missed queue time. I was not ready. I was making fucking beurre blanc at 5:20 when I already had tickets coming in. It was like a fucking mess. And
Oh,
I was
I'm
like, I
sure
never
that's a
like
nightmare.
they weren't answering, they weren't responding. I was fucking
Sometimes,
so
yeah, all the
livid.
time. Sorry.
All the-
Yeah, pretty much. Um, how long is how long has the no swearing been going on here? Let me look where.
You're personally
Oh,
off, I see.
I got 4 more minutes. Okay. Okay, so I can't cuss for another four. All right. So another thing that grinds my gears
Nice. Good one.
is like some of the like I don't want to say like not every question is a dumb question, but if you're there on a regular basis and you know how I want things and how I handle things,
Yes.
there's certain questions you shouldn't be asking me.
Correct.
Prime example, I had somebody ask me, "Is there bacon in the bacon dressing?"
Oh my fucking god. I got asked if there was tomatoes on the salmon BLT the other day.
It's literally in the name, BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomato.
Motherfuckers, like, are we kidding right now? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Belial, welcome in. But like seriously? Like some of the most ignorant questions and they drive me like I'll look at them and then I'm like somebody else has got to answer this because if I answer this, I'm gonna lose it. I swear to God,
Somebody take control of this situation, please.
I
Yeah.
cannot answer this question right now. I'm sorry. No. Go find somebody else and ask them.
Yep. So my new thing as part of my little self growth as a chef is I now instead I ask them what they think instead. I turn it back on them. I'm like, well, what do you
Mm.
think you should do in this situation? And then you let them think on it, and if they can't decide, and then I'll maybe like give into them. But otherwise, I'm like, well, I think you should maybe try to figure it out. Like, you are a grown ass adult, you know that, right? Like,
And then I've had people just sit there and stare at me back like, oh,
I'm sorry, but like, if you really don't know and you want to like try to impress somebody and you're new and you're trying to like, if you really don't fucking know, whip out your fucking phone, bro. Fucking look it up.
It's
Like,
not
you
even
have it right at your like, you can figure something out if I tell you how to
right,
do something, like,
right, but a lot of times it's not even that. It's just that they don't care.
that's what it is. Exactly. They
They
don't give
don't
a fuck.
care, like, not
Yeah.
even a little bit. Like I had to retrain my dishwasher, the one that I had, because I couldn't get rid of them. And the main building was trying to get rid of them. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take him. I'm like, because when he's here on a consistent basis, he's starting to get it. He's starting to get used to how I do things, how I want things,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
I don't have to yell at him as much. When you keep giving me a different dishwasher every day, you know, I need consistency. I need someone that I need the same people from Tuesday to Saturday. Find a way
And
to
that's why
make
I
that
like
happen.
and that's why I like younger people too, because they're easier to train. Like you said, yeah, you got like a 57-year-old guy. That motherfucker's way stuck in his ways. Like he's not changing for nothing. Like so,
Oh, I've cussed
having
him out a
somebody
few times.
that's yeah, having
I'm
somebody
like,
that's younger that you can train is like key.
and he grinds my gears on a daily basis. And it's like I've looked at him several times. I'm like, "Are you the chef or am I?"
Yeah,
"You are."
exactly.
"Well,
Yep.
then do what I tell you to." I really wanted to swear right there. "Do what I tell you to do then."
Yep.
Simple as that. I'm
I
in
had
charge for a
somebody.
reason. You're
Mhm.
not.
Yep. I had somebody he's
Gun
been
Bunny,
working
thank
with
you
us
for
for a
that
little
follow. I
while,
appreciate you.
and
Thank
I
thank you
told
for
him.
getting me off that 666. I was starting to get worried there for a minute. I had
I
3,666.
I
I'm like,
see it. Yeah.
"Somebody give me a follow. The
Brittany,
666 is
hi.
weird."
I have your stream up. I've been lurking in your stream. I wanted to see the Ruger painting, but I haven't said anything. But hello. But yeah, I had a guy he's kind of newer and
I appreciate Gun Bunny.
he keeps going down he kept going downstairs like for one thing at a time because our walking in shit is downstairs.
Mhm.
And I was like, I was like, you should make a list when you come in. So first thing you do, come in, make a list, everything you need, look at your station up and down, check it twice, go downstairs, grab everything, be done with it. You got plenty of time to do it. No, 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 man. I just need calamari, dude. I'm good. I said, okay, sounds good. We'll see. 5:10 comes around. We're into service. Literally, these first two tickets. Oh shit! I need burger bacon. I just like instantly like kind of snapped, and I was like, bro, what the fuck did I just tell you? I said, I told you to get and look over your station and make a list. I said, now, as I told you, 10 minutes into service, you now need to go get something downstairs because you don't have your mise en place set. I said, so now we're sitting with you needing shit after I just told you what to do. I said, I'm not telling you this to be an asshole. I'm telling you this to be successful. And that is my job and our jobs as chefs is to teach you how those little fucking things to be successful. And he kind of like I took him off guard, but it wasn't like my point. It was just if I tell you to do something, I'm telling you to do it for a reason, and it's because it's something that I know will help make your life a hell of a lot easier. So,
For real.
and that's knowing how to talk to people about that shit too. Like favorite era of food
Chilling, love it.
recipes.
I don't know
The
if I really
gelatin
I have
suspension.
an era. I really wanna
This
say
fucking dude.
the gelatin.
This fucking dude.
I think
The
the peak
avocado toast era. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I mean, honestly, like 2010 to 2015, I thought was an amazing time. No, let me correct this, okay? Because I really want you guys to understand where I'm going with this. With the culinary world the way it is, for a long time,
What's up, Breezy?
long time, cooks and chefs were very underappreciated, very looked down on. They were usually 9 times out of 10, like Anthony Bourdain says, the outcasts work in kitchens.
Hmm.
The
We are the
the
rejects.
the rejects work in kitchens.
Mm.
People that don't get along well in society work in kitchens. And
This guy.
right, exactly, this guy. And something crazy happened. And I really want to say it was what, like late 90s, early 90s? Army vet? Who? Um, was it I really want to say early 2000s, late 90s when they started when the start of celebrity chefs happened.
Mm-hmm.
It put it put the culinary world in a different light, and it made
Yeah.
people see things that you didn't typically see anywhere else. Anthony Bourdain said F. I can't say F for about. Oh no, I'm good. Fuck it, we're good.
Fuck it.
I'm good. I can say
We're
fuck
back.
now. Back to swearing anyway, like I was fucking saying. No, but like when that era happened, that whole celebrity chef thing happened. It was a whole everybody. And then did you see? Did you? You had like you being a chef, you noticed this as well as I did. The boom in chefs. Everybody started going to culinary school. They all wanted to be this executive chef. They didn't want they wanted, the most out of the least amount of work.
Mhm,
There
mhm.
there was a huge boom in that. And now I'm glad that that boom is gone because that boom died with COVID and and
Yeah,
post COVID.
yeah.
Like that's not happening anymore. Like I was talking to my exec. He also is trying to be a teacher so he can get that state pension, that government pension, right?
Yo,
He
good money. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
he was telling me the teacher that he was trying to replace, um, the amount of he told me he had 5 kids in his class. Pre-COVID, it was an average of 30 to 40. Like
Wow.
insane. An insane
Wow.
difference. Like people aren't going out there looking for a culinary degree to be an executive chef anymore.
No, no, definitely not.
Like what's
I
happening
always feel like
now?
culinary degrees are a waste of money. Like, unless if
Well,
you're learning for a certain purpose and a certain reason, most of the time it's
mm,
a waste of money for most people, in my opinion. That's why I didn't go. Like,
well,
I feel like
here's
anything that I could learn from either in the kitchens or self and like putting time into like learning that shit.
facts, 100%. I'm
Yeah.
the exact same way.
Yo,
But
Jimbo, thank you for the follow too,
I'm
bro.
I'm in the position where it's like at some point I want to take my exec's job. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I've got paper behind me because it's corporate.
Yep.
Corporate's not going to take me as an exec if I don't have a degree, if I don't have an ACF certification,
Yeah.
if I have no paperwork backing me and my qualifications to do so.
That's the only reason why I don't like corporate either. Because that you kind of get stuck at that spot. You're kind of like, so that makes
Right.
sense.
Right. Because believe me, he's there for a
Waste of
grand
time and money.
total.
Yeah, see?
Keep him at hand.
Self-taught home cook. Let's go. W, bro. Yo, I
Love
appreciate you
it.
coming in.
Yeah, Jimbo's amazing. I love that guy. Um, what was it?
Self-taught is the way to go. I mean,
Yes, it really
I'm
is.
glad that I took the time to learn everything that I've learned. Carry that shit with you. The repertoire goes deep, man. Goes
Hmm.
deep.
For sure. And
I've
but
got books and binders and notepads and it's just
it's all about where you go too, because for me, learning everything that I've learned, there was a point in my culinary career, I guarantee you, I was in one single year, I was probably at 8 different places. Just because I wanted
yeah.
to hurry up.
Same.
I wanted to hurry up and learn all of their best stuff and then get the fuck out. It was on to the
Yeah.
next.
I used to bounce around kitchens a lot when I was younger, just to get experience in and learn from different people and meet different people and different chefs and
Well, see, I
figure
would
out what
go
I
to
wanted to
restaurant
do.
like I would go out to these restaurants. I would go out and I'd eat there and I'd be like, this is amazing. I wonder how they make it. I would get a job there, learn how they make it, and then leave.
Savage. I love it. Oh, I
Like
love it.
I literally have an entire cookbook from different restaurants that I've worked at, and I've got like all their best stuff. But then what I've also done is I've sit there and critiqued it and made it my own by changing some of the recipes to the way I would like it.
Yep. Yep. I was saying that's kind of what he just said too. He's like learning shit from your family and you just continue on with it. Yep. That's how I learned. I have like old recipes from my family and stuff like that that I still use. Like cooking bag goes deep. Like so much you can do, and there's so much history and so much culture, and there's so many different cuisines, and you can fusion things, and especially if like depending on what kind of restaurant you work in and your location and where you are, like there's so many open outlets and doors that you can go through.
Oh, for sure.
Like when I lived in Colorado, we used to go foraging twice a year for like porcinis and stuff like that, chanterelles, and then we would take them back and we would like either break down some of them into porcini powder and we'd use them for like sous vide bison, or we would actually just
J.
use the
Lou,
cut up porcinis on
what's
dishes and
good, my
stuff
guy?
like that. And so we were utilizing, basically free fucking products that we were getting from the earth and making
Hmm.
good food out of it and making money. Like,
I mean, well, that's the greatest thing. The chef, going back all the way back to the beginning of our conversations with the Chef Laundry, they
yep,
have their
yep,
own farming. They have their own
exactly,
garden. They have they
yep,
they they got their own farm with animals on it that they farm raise just to cook
exactly,
up and eat.
yep. That right there is the ultimate goal at the end of the day.
Hmm.
To be able to self-sustain and be able to just do incredible things. Like,
An herb garden,
mhm,
they have all that kind of stuff. It's
yep,
nuts.
yep.
Trying to where did it go? So what else makes you mad? What else makes a chef mad?
Mine, one of my biggest pet peeves. It was a random one, I know, but it's so I've had it happen where like I've probably seen 5 or 6 motherfucking ice machines break, but people grabbing ice and then just walking away and leaving the fucking thing open, and then you come back and it's like half melted or fucked up, and I don't know, something about it. Just like I used to put signs. People used to irk the fuck out of me. Like it was bad. Something about that just ticks me the wrong way. That and then like opening a door or a drawer or something and it being like fucking sticky underneath the fucking handle. Like that shit. Oh my god. Oh my.
Oh yeah,
I cannot.
you got slime.
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking gross, bro.
I know the one that I have in the morning when I go in every day, and like literally every day it irks my nerves when I walk in there and I see it. Like I buy bottled spring water, right? Mostly
Okay.
for me, but I let the staff have some too. But when I'm walking around and I'm seeing like 5, 6, 7 bottles of water,
Fucking 3 quarter
half
full fucking.
3/4 full, half full, 3/4 empty, I'm like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. Another one that's this is only to my newest job, and it's a new thing. Not leaving the bucket with water in it, like dirty fucking mop water
Overnight? Oh
overnight.
yeah.
Like I come in
Mhm.
and fucking it's like filled with water, and like what are you doing, bro? Like what is
Mhm.
wrong with you?
I
Um,
I actually I actually taught my dishwasher how I want him to mop. I had to literally break it down to the smallest and simplest form that possible. I'm like, this is listen, you start at one end and you work your way out. Okay, you're basically trying to mop back at you're walking backwards as you mop. So that way you're not
W
tracking
Reeve.
you're not walking over something you just mopped.
Yeah, correct. Yes, yes. Or like not sweeping and getting underneath surfaces.
Oh my God.
I uh,
I had
I
to stop
learned,
him
I
one
learned,
day, yeah. I'm like, dude,
I learned
stop.
the I learned the
Go
right
sweep
way.
first.
I learned the right way. I had an owner a long time ago that decided to stick a $50 bill underneath one of the coolers and just threw it under there to see if we were cleaning. And I
Mm,
was happening to closing that night and I was sweeping and I fucking found it. And since then on, I knew to
mm,
fucking make sure I clean everything properly because you never know what you'll find. And he told
mhm,
me about it. He was just like, I put it down there to see if anybody would find it. And I was just like, yeah, no, I found it that night. And he was just like, yeah, well, at least I know you're doing your job. I said, yeah, I'm doing my job.
mhm,
Like,
mhm.
yes, I am.
Right.
Yes, they left them up in the water. Correct. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, disgusting.
Dirty, greasy, fucking yeah. No, it's disgusting, bro.
Mhm.
Or just like people that don't change the dishwater, or like at least like you just like keep running the same gross water.
No, you got I need that change at least 3 times a night.
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
I need that done at the start of service,
Yeah.
the middle of service, and the end of service. That needs to be
Correct.
changed.
First turn, you start a service, first turn, second turn, and then usually at the end of the night if you're doing mats and shit, depending on what you have. Like,
Alright. See, I always make 'em do an extra change at the end of the night for
Mhm.
when he starts doing all the glassware. I'm like,
Yep.
change that. You just did silverware and all these plates. Drain it, cycle it, and then
Hot,
then
fresh
start
water.
then start doing your glasses with fresh
Exactly.
water.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, man,
drives me
there's so
nuts.
many, like, little just, like, nitpicky
Mhm.
things.
And that's what usually gets me going every time.
Yeah. Or, like, having, like another one is, like, people that think that, like, cafe fucking dishwashers are, like, full loaded, like, conveyor dishwashers. Like, no, you still have to scrub the plates and scrub the things and actually, like, clean it. Like, you need to have soapy water with a bucket right there and fucking do what you need to do to clean it, and then that does
Mhm.
the rest of the job. Like, they'll just, like, throw, like, fucking dirty ass plates in there and expect it just to clean the plates off. It's like, that's not how that works.
No.
And that falls into, like, the laziness. Like, people are so lazy nowadays. They just don't want to do anything. Like any extra cleaning projects is a task.
Mhm.
Like simple, even simple things, like just basic things. I'm the only person in my restaurant that does the fryers.
See, I got lucky because my my exec pays for all 3 buildings to have a company come in and do it for us.
Company, you lucky bastard. I tried to get that. I tried to. I said, man, it'd be so nice to just drop my shit,
Yo,
grab
what
my
up,
knives, and
Spider?
leave.
What's good?
Like, what's up, Spider?
Big love, big love.
Yeah, it'd be so nice to just pack up and dip. See ya.
Oh my god. And then the hood company that we have come in and clean the hoods. I I didn't have a lot of that stuff until I came here, so I was changing the oil 3 times a week, and I was
Yeah,
getting up there, climbing up there, and scraping down and cleaning the hoods at least once every other week.
yeah, yeah. I've put a lot of work into that place that I'm at now. It was bad when I got there. It's not anymore. Like, but it got
And
terrible.
it's so funny to me because I've had one of the big wig bosses come through
Mhm.
my building a few times, and every time he always makes sure he catches me and stops me, and he's like, "I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Out of all 3 restaurants, you have the cleanest." I'm like,
Fuck yeah. I knew I was doing something right when the owner came in. I haven't seen the owner in like almost 2 weeks, basically. I saw her like once or twice very
"Grinding
quickly.
some cod?"
Uh, And she came in the other day and like said hi and did a few things and then left. And I could just tell she was like in a good mood. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. She didn't say nothing. She didn't complain. That's good news. Like, I'm just gonna
Right,
keep doing my thing because it's working. It's usually when they start bitching that it's like, all right, what's going on?
right. I was always and I wasn't always like that though, like, I wasn't always as nitpicky clean
No, neither
until,
was I.
like
No, it grows on
until
you.
yeah, until, I not the place I'm at now, the place before, I wanna say. So, like, in the past 8 years is when I really started to be like, "No, this has to be clean." Like,
Hmm.
I will not work in a dirty kitchen. Like,
Yep.
this needs to be consistently cleaned and at my level.
Yeah, that was back
I
in the
got
day. I didn't really care, and I learned quick that it's like 90 to be in a clean space when I work. Like,
No! Oh, yeah, you gotta catch up on Supernatural anyway. Go ahead, babe.
good night.
She's at work. She's about to watch Supernatural while she's at work.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
She's a
Nice.
nurse. She's a nurse. She works overnights. Actually, she works 7 to
Mhm,
7.
mm, mm, mm.
She works a good old 12-hour shift.
I'd say it's a
Str
nice little 12-hour, yeah.
Yeah. I've, and it's so funny how it's different when you get to the position that we're in because, like, you look at different things. You look at the things you used to do and how you do it now in a totally different light.
Correct.
Like, you remember when you were that snot-nosed fucking line cook that thought he fucking knew everything,
Yep.
and then here you are, "Hey, listen, I know you know a lot of shit, but guess what? You're doing it my way."
Correct. And that's the thing people need to like, they don't accept going from restaurant to restaurant. Well, my old job did it like this. Well, I don't give a fuck how your old job did it. We're doing it this way here, like.
That's not how
And
we
people
do it
question
here.
they people question yeah, people question it, and it's just like there's fucking different ways to do things, and you just have to accept that that's not how we're gonna do that here. Now, if I ask you to do it that way or tell you to do it in your own way, sure, that's one thing. But like if you're
Right.
asking for a direct direction and I give you the direction and then you don't want to do it or question it, then what are we doing here? And
For
it's like
sure.
that's definitely I hate being questioned about shit like that.
Just do what the fuck I told you. We
Yeah,
can
it's simple.
we can talk about this after.
Listen now and we'll figure it out later.
And I know I often do that with a lot of people that I'm training or new people that don't understand or know my ways of doing things. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
listen, this is what I'm doing and this is why I'm doing it. And I need you to
Yep.
understand the why because that is the most important part.
I'll always have a reason of why I'm doing something the way I'm doing it. And that's exactly you need to explain that.
Nice, JBZ. That's dope.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, the wife's already watched the entire series. I'm watching it for the first time and I've been binging it. I started what, not like a month ago, and I'm already on season 5.
Yes. I actually haven't been watching any shows lately.
I have to be doing something. Something has to be going at all times for me. That's
Yeah,
why
it's
it's
usually
like
music or Twitch.
right, and that's why it aggravates, you know, my family sometimes. Actually often because I'm sitting here with 3 screens and I'm using all 3 screens doing something different on all 3 of them.
Yo.
I'm gaming on one, I'm supporting on another, I'm doing my artwork and design
That's how I'm
stuff on
at
another one.
that's how I'm at work too though. I'm the same way. Fucking do 6 things at once. Just run around.
Mhm.
Put this on low heat, turn that off the heat, give this a mix, walk away for a second, let that boil do its thing. Like you find a rhythm and a rhyme and you can just do it. Like the
Yep,
ADHD takes over in a good
yep,
way.
yeah, for sure, and it happens all the time too.
Oh yeah. I've become a king of multitasking.
It was so funny because, like I said, I did those 7 sauces yesterday,
Mhm.
and when the other guy came in, he's like, "Dude, you got all this done already?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It's been and guess what? It's on stream live right now too, so shut the fuck up and go do your job. I have so much more to learn. Padawan, fucking love that. I love the Star Wars reference.
I said the old Star Wars ref. Mm, 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 mm.
So I guess we'll hit the last one. We're almost close to being done anyways
Yeah,
here soon.
we've already kind of
I've
touched
seen
on it
all
too.
15 seasons at least 4
Jesus.
times. Damn. That's cray cray.
There are other shows, you know that, right?
Right.
Just kidding.
Well, yeah, we
It's
did
like,
pretty
yeah,
much touch
catch
on
up.
it. You know, how the raising the minimum wage affected the culinary world.
Yeah,
It
kind
made
of like
it made
it made it
everyone an
hard.
entitled piece of shit, in my opinion.
Yes, it did. Yeah, that's as simple as that. And like that's where it hurt and like scheduling for me because then it's like I can only have people 25, 30 hours a week. They're bitching about their hours, but I can't do anything because of where we're at with labor. Then you're
Right.
stuck with your hands tied and it's like been an ongoing battle. I'm like, I'm doing what I can. Like I have to work fucking X amount of hours and you guys only can get X amount and I'm sorry. Like I don't know what to tell you. But you're not capable of doing the job or you don't want to do the job that I need you to do when I need you to do it. So
Facts.
and a lot of people like I mean, even myself when I go to new jobs, I mean, I'm always shooting high and expecting a little bit of a drop, but like some people now, it's just like minimum wage is the go-to or just above minimum wage, and nobody wants that. It's hard to live off that.
And that's why, like we were talking earlier, somebody had brought up in chat, well, you can go to McDonald's or Burger King and make
Mm,
17, 18 bucks an hour. Like,
yep,
how are we able to compete with that? It's hard.
it's hard
It's
to.
extremely hard.
But no real chef is gonna want to go work in that.
No,
Even at
no.
$17. I mean, if I was, I guess, at like wit's end and I had no fucking choice as a temporary short-term thing, maybe. But like, that's not something that I'm going to be doing. That's not something a real chef is going to want to be doing. We're going to find something that
Yeah,
we want to make it have happen.
I I had to take a bullshit job like that, when after I got rehabbed and I was starting to work again. Like I worked at a wing place, a local wing place, and in Buffalo, it's Buffalo wings. They're a dime a fucking dozen here.
Yep. Mhm.
Like every block has its own fucking wing place. But I was working for more of the one of the originals, one of the more well-known wing places, and I fucking hated it with a fucking passion. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't stand it, but I was making good ass money, and that's what kept me going there for a while. And then I finally got to the point where I'm like, you know what, fuck this, I'm out. And then 2 days later, I started where I'm at now.
yep. See?
I
Mhm.
think that was the thing that I think my family, I know my mom and my dad said it for like ever, and my wife says it now a lot too. They're glad that I have the work ethic that I have to where if I go without a job, it's not for very long.
Nope.
If it's longer than a week, that's extreme.
And if someone would like once you get that kind of like resume build up and have that experience, like you can literally get a job anywhere and you can find work, especially as someone that's like in the kitchen work, like in our line of field. Like
Mhm.
you can find work quick. There is always somebody looking for something.
Oh yeah.
So